Okay, so we're back. Headphone issues be damned.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, welcome to the TMC4JMC Show. I am your boy TMC, and I love my baby.
Yeah, now I only hear you on the
Yeah, I
right.
know, right? We're back to just one side. What the heck? What the deuce?
Why are they limiting you?
Why you limiting me? Don't limit me.
And
Don't limit me, no.
another one.
Uh-oh. I don't know what's going on.
Like mine, I hear great. Yours, for some reason, on the left, I don't hear any. I mean, I hear very, very low.
Yo, Joe. Yo, Joe.
Yodo?
Yo, Joe. Yo, Joe. welcome, everybody.
Stop. Calm down.
All right. They just happy to have us back after all the technical difficulties.
Yeah.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the TMC4JMC Show. I am your boy TMC, and this is my babe. I love my babe. My babe JMC.
What's up?
How you doing, baby?
I'm good, Papi. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Everybody I'm sure is feeling a certain way, and things are starting to open up a little bit. So we don't know what that's going to mean, but
Yeah.
we're gonna see. We're gonna hang on and see what's up. But I'll be honest. I'm as stir crazy or going as bonkers as everybody else.
Yeah.
I can't front. Ding-a-dong. That should be a country song. Didn't a TV show start off like that? Like,
With like a bong or something.
it was like doom 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 doom. That's just the way it is. Wasn't that like St. Elmo's Blues? St. Elmo?
Say Elmo's Fire.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't remember it.
It was like
It was a movie, I think, right?
no, it was a TV show, bro.
It was?
Yeah,
Oh.
it was like dong doom 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 doom. I think that was it. That's just the way it is. But yeah, oh, shout out to mothers out there.
Yeah.
Mother's Day just passed. Shout out to mine. Shout out to yours. Shout out to you.
Shout out to all the mommies.
All the mommies. I saw a cool meme the other day. Actually, my daughter posted it. Shout out to Genesis. It was basically a meme. It was like shout out to real moms, bio moms, adopt moms, pet moms. Basically, any way that you could be a mom, even dad moms. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Any way you could be a mom, shout out to you. And
That's dope.
I thought it was pretty dope.
Yeah, that is.
So yeah, shout out to that. Another cool thing is it is May, and May the
Yes.
4th was here.
Yep.
The Clone Wars did end. Mm-hmm. It was really super duper awesome,
It was super duper awesome.
and I can't wait for whatever is next. And being that we didn't do a show on May the 4th, or Mother's Day for that matter, I still wanted to just give a little bit of love to Star Wars. And so this is actually a Mother's Day present to all you mothers out there from a galaxy far, far away. This is my I can't say he's my boy because he ain't my boy. He don't even know me, but his name is Matthew Haynes, and you can follow him on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube. He's the dude that we watch the reactions to.
Oh, for this on the stuff, the Star Wars stuff.
Yeah, and
He's very reactive.
very reactive. Let's just say that he's very emotional.
Yes.
He's a really cool person to follow, man. Like, check his stuff out, and you're gonna enjoy the reactions. You're gonna react to his reactions. So, with that said, he did a little something for Mother's Day, and not Mother's Day. Sorry, I don't even know how he feels about Mother's Day. So don't let me talk for you, my man. But I'm assuming he's at least partially
Yeah.
Mother's Day, positive. But anyway, enough of that. He's definitely Star Wars positive. So check this out. Ba, 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 It's dope, right?
It is. Oh wow.
He's harmonizing.
What?
He's harmonizing, yo.
This is great. He's harmonizing with himself. Oh, this is so cool. That is super cool.
So yeah, everybody,
I love that.
check dude out.
I wonder how
Twitter,
easy that was
Facebook.
to do.
As far as the singing part,
Yeah.
I'm no singer, so I'm sure he would destroy me in terms of explaining that. But even then, it's just as far as like just overlaying and mixing it together.
It was very creative.
I'm
I love it.
assuming that it could have all been done just right there with his computer and his camera right there on the webcam. He just sang it 4 times and then just laid them all together. The same way how we sync things up with. Same way, hey, I'm gonna have to go back in there and sync his video up with the audio. That's basically what he did with himself.
That was
4
really
times.
cool. That was really cool. I love that.
Yeah, shout out to that dude. Shout out to Clone Wars. Shout out to Disney. Check them out. It was a great ending to a really cool show, and and I'm looking forward to Mandalorian when it comes back in October.
That's so dope.
So yeah.
Yay!
So other than that,
That was really cool.
anything else been going on with you?
Well, actually, just before we came on air, I was making sure I had all my notes and stuff together. And you know how you read an article online and they have, news stories on the side here. And some of them, if you click on, they bring you some funky page and it's going to cause your computer all sorts of problems. Anyway, I saw...
Oh, before you go into that, because I know you jump ahead the bits to get to that. How is everything in terms of like your people and stuff like that off outside in terms of how everybody doing in Jersey? I know Jersey is a big hot spot and things like that. How was do you have anything to say about
right now they're all doing okay. I mean, I kept in touch with some of our ex-coworkers that we left behind there, and a lot of them have been sick already. A lot of them have recovered. We have one that lost a parent. It seems bleak over there. It's almost like we got out on time. I mean, my immediate family, they're all doing okay, thank goodness, but a lot of our friends have been affected.
And from the understanding, it's not as random as people are trying to make it out.
Not at all.
Okay, that's interesting to know. But it's good that everybody's doing well, and those that have been in harm's way are coming out of that.
Yeah.
Another sad thing is that it seems like during this time, I know a few people who have lost people.
Yeah.
That had nothing to do with this. They passed away for other reasons. But, I could just only imagine what like funerals and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Having to have a memorial service for someone regardless of the situation.
Yeah. Some of them have to wait. They just have to wait it out.
In fact, if someone passed away from COVID, it's probably even easier because they probably have to be disposed or handled in a certain way.
Yeah.
Whereas someone who just passed away from a heart attack, doing all this, you know, what's the backlog for all that?
It's just terrible.
So I definitely want to give, thoughts out to anybody who's affected by anything during this time. If any of my friends that have had some situations, I definitely don't want to call any names, but I have a friend who recently lost his mom. And, this on top of that, and on top of this, on top of that,
right?
I just want to give my thoughts out to him. Shout out to you, bro, and I hope everything. I just hope that you have some some good days coming, some
Absolutely.
sunshine,
Absolutely.
and because he's a really cool dude.
That's all.
You know this person, so
Oh, okay.
yeah, you do. And I'll tell you how to do on the break.
Okay,
actually.
cool.
But with that said, though, what would you go out to get into?
Well, like I said, I saw this side article, so I decided to Google it and see if it was a true story. And it was about these conjoined twins.
Oh,
These two girls, they
Okay.
have two heads. They share one body.
I think we've seen things about.
They're about 29 years old now.
Are they blonde?
Kind of, I guess, like brunettes.
Okay. Then these might be somebody different. Then.
Well, they are one of 12 in the whole world with this, that was born with this. They are 29 now. And I just, the whole thing just fascinated me because they have one body, 2 arms, 2 legs. They were originally born with 3 arms. One of them grew with a shoulder blade behind their neck between them. And parents had that surgically removed at birth. But they have, in their upper body, they have separate hearts, separate
So
they
there
have
was
pair of lungs.
there was an arm that was hidden.
It was their opposite arms, whatever we mean, their left and her right or whatever. They kind of conjoined and started growing out of the back. So they had that one removed.
So they only have 2 arms.
Now they have
Okay.
a right and a left only.
Okay, all right, cool.
And each of them operate that side of the arm
Understood.
and the foot and the leg, and it took some time as they were growing and stuff like that to coordinate their walking and
Yeah.
and all that. What I find interesting is that they have, each of them has a heart, each of them has a pair of lungs, each of them has a gallbladder, a stomach. Some of the organs that they share in the lower half below the navel, some of them are conjoined. So even though they have 2 hearts pumping two different bloodlines, at some point they do join at the bottom with somewhere in the veins.
I wonder how that affects clotting and stuff like that.
They haven't mentioned anything about clotting, but when they take medication, if one of them takes it, it affects both of them.
Absolutely.
One of them, it looks like, these 2 twins, they were probably supposed to be fraternal, because one of them stopped growing, when she was younger, and the other one kept growing, which means that they had to have surgery to stunt the growth of the other one because her spine was still growing, and so it gave them scoliosis.
Oh, okay, I get it.
So they had that corrected, and alongside that, they had their chest cavity expanded.
Oh my God.
For breathing issues. But they each have a driver's license. And they both function normal lives right now. Now they're
They each
20.
have a driver's license.
They each have to take your driver's license individually.
Outta here with
The
that.
one on the left controls the left controls, the one on the right controls the right controls, and they
That makes
each
0 sense.
steer together. It's crazy.
That makes 0 sense.
It's crazy. It's a crazy story. It's amazing to me because,
I mean, I find everything else that is part of the story inspiring.
yeah.
But the driver's license part, like, come on, DMV, like, really.
I know they made each of them take a road test and a written test.
And how did they block off that?
I know.
No cheating.
know.
No cheating.
Not to mention, okay, even if they put something between their faces where they couldn't talk to each other or make face or whatever, they not only are able to write independently with each of their hands, but also simultaneously.
Oh yeah, because they have different 2 brains, and I'm sure at some point they even have means of communicating without audibly communicating, even if it's
Absolutely.
just a matter of just.
Yes, it is through through feeling.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Exactly. So, but regardless, now you use a mouse and a computer.
Yeah.
So my point being is that look, that the driver's test was a little silly. All right, you thirsty girls.
If you guys weren't so cute.
Yeah, thirsty ass guinea pigs. Selmies and velmies.
Oh my gosh.
Got to put a picture up of them on the website.
Yeah.
But
you'll see these twins. I just found the story extremely fascinating from a scientific point of view, really. Now they're 29 and they're hoping to start dating and they want to each get married and have kids one day.
Well, that's what I was saying. I think that, this is there's been another couple of twins that were pretty famous. I don't know if they could join at the head or if they can join in down the middle. You know what I'm
There
saying?
were
Like,
ones that were separated too.
yeah, and these they're pretty famous actually. They've dated. They've talked about dating. They've talked about having sex and things like that. I believe there's pictures of them like on the internet in like bikinis and shit like that. So you know, I mean, it's happened before. But like I said, I just can't get past the whole driver's license thing. Like, come on, separate tests. Like who was the dude that had to be a douchebag and be like, look, you guys got to take separate tests?
I wonder if they had to have like a meeting on this at the DMV.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
you know,
like the first dude that was at the booth at the window. Really, like, so. In fact, do they have separate birth certificates?
I didn't mention anything.
You know what? I would think,
but I think probably.
I would think that they would, only because you want to be prepared ahead. Even though when one passes, the other one might have to go too.
Yeah. Just
in case there's a way to separate and save the other.
Yeah.
You want to be prepared to consider that person.
Yeah.
It's that person to be their own individual, their own entity.
Right.
So therefore, that person probably has his own credit. His own fucking social driver's license, can get married. But can that person commit a crime by herself?
I don't think so.
Exactly. You always there for a co-conspirator. She can't go to jail by herself.
Exactly.
She can't even go to a mental ward by herself. So
there is no by yourself.
Yeah, there's no by yourself.
As a matter of fact, when they talk to people, like they've been interviewed, you know, since they were little, and they even had a reality show on TLC. And when they talk to people, they don't, refer to themselves, each of them individually. They say I.
Yeah.
You know, so
I mean, I don't know. I mean, they sure they have their different names, and I'm sure they communicate with each other and refer to each other as whom that person is.
Right.
And they have different temperaments, but for the rest of the world, it's like, come on, they're one entity, one unit. But I get it.
Yeah, but I thought that was a really interesting story. If anybody wants to read up on it, it's Abby and Brittany Hansel, conjoined twins.
Yeah, I think those are the ones. Yeah, I think they've been around for a minute.
Yep, they've had a few shows in the UK. They had some reality shows too because they went and worked over there for a little bit.
Obviously, they've been out for a minute because they're 29. So
yeah, they've pretty much been off the scene since I don't know 2016 or something. I think. Okay. Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Yeah, but I thought you would like that.
No, I thought that was pretty cool. I think that's pretty interesting. And way to go, twins. Long live the conjoined twins. And I wonder if would they want to be separated? Meaning, like, if we could take them and, okay, we've created exoskeletons and android bodies, cyborg bodies, and we can just take your brain and put it on in there. Would they want to be?
I know.
In VR, like, give them both VR headsets.
Yeah.
Would they prefer to be separated?
Right.
Or would they prefer to be together? Which is an interesting thing.
Yeah. I would love to know the answer to that question.
Like.
But yeah. So that was my little tidbit. It was just before, we came on. I'm like, oh, shit. That's
okay.
Cool story.
All right.
Yep. And I've been watching some TV.
Okay. What have you been watching?
So if you watch what I watch.
If you watch what I watch.
There's a new show on Amazon Prime called Upload, and where death is not the only choice anymore. You can choose to be uploaded into a virtual world if you can afford it.
Okay.
Just like we have retirement communities here when you get old and you live with assisted living and all that stuff. Well, in Upload, you have the option of dying for good or being uploaded to a, I guess, eternal home.
I wonder what the twins would do. You think they would want to go separated? Or you think even there they want to be fucking together?
Well, I think that if they have the option to have separate lives, separate bodies there, they would.
Yeah, I would think so too. Regardless of what the fuck they say. Like, even though that they don't know anything different.
Yeah.
Like, that's the only reason why they would say, nah, I want to be together forever. No worry.
No worry.
But I don't think but you got to give them that because I think that's all that they know.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, okay, just for 5 seconds, I'm going to fucking and you guys are separated.
Yeah.
For 5 seconds, I think they would take that because they know. But back after 5 seconds, oh, you guys are back together, and they would take that because they would want to know
What it's like.
What it's like.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what the con would be other than now something can happen to your sister and you're not there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
that's now the con is sometimes you're on your own.
Absolutely.
Like Patti LaBelle said.
Yeah. So.
So about the show.
So anyway, check out Upload on Amazon. There's 8 episodes up.
Who's on it? Who's anybody special?
Geez, you know what? I should have looked up his name, but what was the name of that show where there was a vampire, a werewolf, and a ghost living in the house? The ghost was the girl.
Oh, Being Human.
Being Human. So it's the vampire from that show.
Sam Worthington is that?
Yeah.
No, that's not him. No, that guy on Upload, I believe it's the same dude that's on that movie that we just seen, Extreme 8 or something 8, where he's a superhero, but they're like discriminated against. Mm-hmm. Isn't those the same dudes?
I thought they were all that was the same guy.
Nah. Sam, that's Darth Maul, bro. I know him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he does the voice for Darth Maul.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Sam Wheaton. I don't know his last name, but it's WH, and if not, I apologize, homie.
I thought it was all the same guy, the guy that played the vampire guy in Being Human.
Nah, the dude that's on that show, I think that you're talking about, Upload, is the same dude that's on that movie that is on Netflix right now that we all kind of like. I didn't mind what I saw of the movie. I didn't finish it, but yeah.
Okay, maybe his name is Robbie Amell.
Yeah, because he's the brother of the dude that plays Arrow on WB.
Oh, okay. I love how you connect those things. I thought it was the same guy. They kind of look alike.
Not really, because in fact, the other one is more vampire-y looking, more broody looking. Like this dude, he kind of has more of a. He looks like the happier version of his brother. Like his brother comes off more broody or.
Oh, okay.
You know how like what's the guy that plays Thor? He has a brother too, his brother comes off more like unassuming, where he comes off more like leading manish. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like kind of sort of like that. Not really, but Sam Wheatley, maybe. Nope, it's not him.
So yeah.
Who the fuck voices Darth Maul? We need a
Sam Witwer.
Witwer, yeah.
They do look alike a little bit. I mean, this guy Sam Witwer does look a little more evil.
Exactly.
You're right.
And Sam Witwer, he was also in Supergirl. He was the freedom fighter dude.
If you would have asked me to describe him, I would have said, I don't know, white dude, dark hair, dark eyes. Don't they kind of...
See, there you go.
I'm not... No.
They all look alike, huh?
No, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. But these guys do kind of look alike. And it's not because, they're both white guys. They just do.
White guys with spiky hair?
Yes, with dark spiky hair. And, it's not unusual for one of them to look evil and the other one not.
Hey, helicopter.
Oh, that's just for a brag.
I thought that was like the mic vibrating. I'm like, damn, this mic vibrating like crazy.
No. At first I had to stop too. Like, did I do that?
So okay.
So yeah, that's a great show. So definitely.
Is it a comedy?
It is a comedy. Very lighthearted. Mm-hmm. Like I said, it's only 8 episodes and it's very entertaining.
Any point to it? Because in the end, like, there was a point to The Good Place.
Well, we're still in season 1, so
right now they're just showing you that, hey, cool place.
Pretty much. Okay. Yeah, pretty much. And
anybody bad?
No, not yet. Not yet. I'm sure they'll probably bring that up in second season, because in first season it was all about going to this place and experiencing what this place is like, and and things like that. So he was unexpected. He died unexpectedly. I think he was in an accident or something. So it's not like he was old and looking forward to it and have cruised the virtual world, and stuff like that. But yeah, it's a great show. For anybody interested, definitely check it out. And on Netflix, we have a couple new shows that came back on.
Okay.
Dead to Me with Christina Applegate. Great show. This is season 2. So I've already finished it, and it is amazing. Check that out. Working Mom season 4 also just came out.
What's so amazing about these? Like you're flying through them. What's so amazing about them?
Well, Dead to Me?
Yeah, like what you checked it out. You liked it. Why do you like it?
Well, last season, Christina Applegate's husband gets hit by a car. The person who hits her husband befriends her, unbeknownst to her.
But without giving the plot, what's so great about the story? What's so great about? Is it suspenseful? Is it good writing? Is it what I'm saying? Like
it's all of that. It's suspenseful. The writing is great. Christina Applegate is a great actress, so she can pull just about any. She's funny when there's no comedy needed. It does put you on the edge of your seat. There's unexpectedness that comes in, which I love a good twist in it. Okay. But yeah, I don't want to give too much of it away. Like I said, it's only in its second season, and it's a great show. And like I said, Working Moms also came back, season 4. It's a Canadian show. It's exactly what the title is, Working Moms. Being a mom, and living a career and the shit that goes along with that. I think this show flies under the radar a lot. I don't think it gains a lot of popularity, but it's a good enough show for it to keep coming back for another season. So,
okay.
Yep, those are some great shows. And 911, of course, just ended in a great, great, great last episode for the season finale. Train car wreck, and one of the previous 911 operators comes back, and it ended on such a great note. Chimney and the person, Jennifer Love Hewitt, who plays his fiance, they find out they're pregnant, and just a lot of good things. Angela Bassett's husband, who was diagnosed with a tumor on his brain, got some great news about it. It shrunk a little bit, so yeah, he's got a longer lease on life. So it ended up in a really great note. Usually they end in these awful cliffhangers.
Yeah.
Like that, like earthquakes or a tsunami. And
what season are they in?
This is I believe this was the 3rd season that just ended.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
right,
awesome, cool. Awesome show. And yeah, that is what I have been watching.
All right. Well, if you guys want to watch that. Okay. Anything else you got going on?
No, checking out some celebrity bullshit news.
Okay.
I'm sure you've heard the buzz about Adele and her weight loss.
Yeah.
You've probably seen the pictures. We'll put a picture up for everybody who's not only listening but watching. But she got a lot of backlash on it from fans, and then just random people.
What's the backlash about? Like what's the opinion of people?
A lot of people think that she lost her weight in unhealthy ways. She was going through a divorce, postpartum depression. There's just a lot going on.
And this is just assumption, or
these are just assumptions.
Okay.
These are just assumptions. She's had personal trainers, her personal trainer, and she has a dietitian, and they've all spoken out about how serious she was taking her weight loss, and it wasn't so she can look like a model. She said she was fine the way she was. She was happy the way she was. And she just decided to start living a little healthier. She has a kid. She wants to be around for that kid.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, absolutely not. And, those who are having negative comments are also going after those who are supportive of her weight loss, calling them fat phobic.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know when was the last time, like, obviously she went away for this because she didn't she didn't document her weight loss.
No.
At least she hasn't released anything out. Says, hey, this is me when I started and this is me when I ended. So I don't know when was the last time she was on TV in her previous body. I'm just going to assume it was,
It's probably about a year ago.
let's say, okay, cool, a year ago. So now the pictures that I've seen, I'm not going to say it's like an extreme transformation, but she clearly got herself into a different condition.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Could she have done that in a year the healthy way? Sure.
Yeah.
Especially with help. Especially with
She's
help.
only 32.
But still, there's a lot of people 32 that's hard for them to bounce back. But with help, you know what I'm saying? You're in a totally different game. You know what I'm saying? Like some people struggle to bounce back during their 30s, and then they don't find the ability to do it until they're in their 40s and 50s, and then they lose their weight.
Oh, okay.
Some are unable to lose their weight for a
Yeah,
long time.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I know people who lost weight in their 40s. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I know some people who fucking gain most of their weight in their 20s and 30s.
Yeah.
Most people do. So, you know, the thing is, my point, what I'm saying is that, you know, if she did do it in a healthy way, and the people that are like saying, yeah, no, I worked with her and she took it serious, I would like for them to share some of that. You know what I
Okay.
mean? And the only reason why is because if you're going to share the ending result, and some of these people supported you when you were bigger, and it wasn't and she said it wasn't a matter of happiness or or not being happy. It was just a matter of just wanting to just do something different.
Right.
Still, they were with you.
Yeah.
And some of them probably related to you because she was a heavy-set woman, or she was a voluptuous woman with her career and
Right.
his voice and doing her thing, and maybe they can relate to her just on just that level. You're voluptuous, I'm voluptuous. You're
Right.
curvy, I'm curvy. You feel me? So if that was the case, and now you changed, and now that person is unable to, you left them. You left them in.
They're unable to relate
Yeah,
now.
you left them in fat land.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Drop them a gem. You know what I'm saying? Well, this is how I did it. It actually worked for me because I have all this money and I have this team of people that was able to help me do it in a year.
Yeah.
Or, you know what? Nah, they gave me some tips.
Yeah.
And you know how I did it? I went home and I bust my fucking ass. Sure, I got money and I didn't have to go to a job and I didn't have to do this, but I still figured it the fuck out, and they were there to help me. So even though you might not have, you know, trainers and shit like that cost thousands of dollars, well, you can scale that down to what you can do. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But to just be like, hey, you like my body? History usually tells us that when that happens, there's something unhealthy there.
Right. There's
You know what I'm
something
saying?
underlying. Yeah.
Yeah, there's exactly. So we can all be like, hey, give her a chance, love her, and all that. That's cool. But there's also something there for people who may feel the other way, because, once again, in that time span, and that secretly,
Yeah.
you know, even a regular person, take me, take you. I can't come out freaking a year from now and I done bulked up, I done put on 50 pounds, you know what I'm saying? And 49 of that is muscle. And at least my friends and family are gonna at least be along for that ride. You know, you bulked up, you lost weight, whichever way you want to go. I'm gonna be along for that ride. There's
Yeah.
somebody that is along for that ride.
Right.
You feel me? So the regular person always knows that there's somebody along for that ride. Well, celebrities, sure, they have people that are along for that ride as well, but you also have a fandom that would like to be along for that ride.
Right.
And if you shut them out, then they're gonna be like, yo, what's up? No different than if your
Yeah.
cousin haven't seen you for a year, and
Right.
then your cousin sees you and now you all slim down.
Right.
Your cousin gonna be like, man, last Thanksgiving this bitch was eating everything on the table, and now look at her.
Yeah.
So if your cousin gonna be that way, then of course the internet is gonna be
Absolutely. With people don't know you.
that way. Exactly. So that's just my opinion, but I mean,
Yeah. I mean,
it's yours.
you know what? She says she feels good. Again, it wasn't about getting into a model's body. She says she feels good and she's happy this way. And you know what? I am all about if you want to make changes to make yourself feel better, go for it. Absolutely. you know, regardless of what anybody thinks. You know, I'm not saying go out there and eat and then come home and binge. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I'm not saying that is hurting yourself, but
I don't have an opinion on that one way or the other, even if that's what she did. I would just say don't preach that like that's the way. Don't share that like, hey, that's the way. If that's the way you chose, then then that's how I chose it. You know what I'm saying? It's not for everybody. I put myself at lots of in danger, a lot at risk, a lot to get this body, but hey, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So that's what my point is you can't say she's promoting unhealthy things when you don't know what she's promoting. You know what I mean? Like, you're promoting unhealthy things. I haven't said anything yet.
Yeah. She said she did it healthy, and she said she's in a good place, and I don't know her, so I have to take her for what she says right now.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean,
and I'm glad for her.
Right.
But, again, that's why I call it celebrity bullshit news.
Okay.
And the last one on celebrity bullshit news, now I don't pay attention to them as much anymore, but Khloe Kardashian. She has a rapport of liking to prank her sisters in the most childish of ways. And this time around, I think she took it a little too far. People are really pissed off. She TP'd the front of her sister Kourtney's house. Apparently her mother was with her. Kris Jenner was with her. They taped the whole thing and they found it funny and they posted it on Instagram, and they got a whole bunch of backlash in the times where some people aren't able to find toilet paper. Others have so much of it that they get to throw it in other people's front lawns.
But she's happy. Like we just gave one chick credit for doing what she wanted to do, and for whatever reason, she's happy.
I think it's a little insensitive.
I guess so, but whose feelings did it hurt? Somebody who doesn't have toilet paper?
Maybe.
Then don't follow the Kardashians. Like, you wouldn't know unless you follow the Kardashians. You feel me? Or you follow us. And if you follow,
you've seen it on the news.
And if you follow, which news? Like that made like major news. Where did you see it?
Well, I saw it online, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was on E! News or on the entertainment section of the night news. Or
I guess so. And even if that's the case, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I can go into it, but I don't really.
There's not much else to say about it. So
there's tons of shit to say about it. That's why we have a show. But if you're done with it, I'm done with it.
I am.
All right, cool. All right. So what else?
Right now, that's it for me. I have some gears to grind.
Oh, okay. So I guess you want the what's the face?
Are you okay?
Yeah, cool. I am gonna need a second though. Let me pause this real quick.
Are you sure? You seem a little.
All right, so you got some gears to grind. So I guess that means it's time for the intro.
Yes, please.
All right, so let's see. Grinding gears, man.
Let's grind some gears.
This is some bullshit. Grinding gears, man.
Just grinding my gears.
Just grinding my gears. I like that.
I like it too. I do too.
I like that whole just grinding my gears.
But you're absolutely right. It makes it so hard.
It does. Now you're kind of like, huh?
Now I'm not as mad anymore.
What am I doing again? What's my motivation?
My gripe.
Okay.
Today.
Hold on 1 second. Let me get your timer up. It's 5 minutes. All right. But go ahead and go into your gripe first, and then I'll let you know when.
My gripe is with our Generation Y.
Okay.
And those are...
Yeah, exactly. Who's Generation Y?
Generation Y are those born between 1980 and 1994. So it's about 26 to maybe 40, give or take a couple of years.
Oh, okay. So they're actually 40. So they're right behind us.
Yeah, give or take. Yeah, it's not over, but maybe
Are the
one
generations
under.
that wide and that close together? Like, for example, if they're, because that generation, I think, was it, how many years you put? 8 years or 10 years?
That is
She said-
no, it's 14 years.
14 years. So a 14-year span, which would mean we are, so you said up to 40-ish. So
Yeah.
that would put 41 to 54 is another generation. So that means we still in the youngness of our generation.
Yeah, 41 to 55 is Generation X, which is our generation.
Okay, so yeah, so we're pretty much babies in that generation.
Yes, pretty much. And right before us are the baby boomers.
That's weird because I don't feel like me and my aunts and my cousins, you know, the ones that I talk about. I don't feel like we should be in the same generation.
Doesn't it kind of piss you off a little bit?
It kind of does. It's like when we were going back to that whole point. One time we were talking about somebody being dumb as fuck, and you know, I don't want to be in the same category as that person. I don't know if I want to be in the same generation as some of these mofos.
I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean.
But, you know, I digress.
Well, our generation, we were, you know, born into a lot of heavy TV.
Okay, so you set the stage for it? You ready for me to set the...
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Right,
Let's
so
start it out.
We are going... Tick, 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 tick.
As I said, Generation X, our generation, you know, we're heavy TV watchers. We're heavy Facebook users because it came out, you know, within our time first. And also personal computers. And we're also the generation that's known to be financially responsible. And we like a lot of person-to-person contact. Like, even though we're digitally advanced and savvy for our generation, because we started it off, we also like person-to-person contact, like going into banks instead of doing things digitally. Although I differ in that department. And like I said, not everybody in every generation falls under every category. But unlike us, Generation Y, I have the most problem with.
Okay.
All right. And mostly those within the middle 30s.
Okay.
And I'm talking 30 to 35. It just seems like several people I know, one very close to me, has no common sense. They not only do they not have common sense, but it's almost as if they are so handicapped to doing a lot of regular things, like making deposits in a bank or balancing a checkbook.
Indeed.
A lot of them are naive. They fall for everything. Most of them love flaunting their buying power.
Yeah.
You know, that's why they go to the malls. And you know who you are, you 30-year-olds. They love going to the malls. Gonna go buy that fresh pair of sneakers. It cost me $300. I may be broke tomorrow, but I'll be looking fly. You know.
Okay.
You know. And with that, I think they try to blame a lot of other people. Those who don't try to blame just get pissed off and they keep that in. But we did not cause your ignorance. You caused your ignorance.
Oh, okay. I get where you're coming from now.
Our Generation X are not the parents of Generation Y.
True that.
We are the parents of Generation Z,
Indeed.
which
got their own problems.
got their own problems.
Their own set of problems.
Absolutely. But they are a little younger, and there's still a lot to see from them coming up. None of them are in their 40s yet.
True.
But, you know, to be that generation that falls in the middle and to be so naive, you cannot blame the people before you for not teaching you any better. Absolutely not. Y'all thought you knew it all, and you run with it. And nobody could tell you different. You don't like to listen to nobody. You don't like to take anybody's advice. So, I'm not giving any of y'all advice. But all I'm saying is, if y'all fall and get hurt, get up, put your big boy pants on, and keep it moving. Because nobody really gives a shit.
All right. Look at that. You got 2 more minutes if you want to beat them up some more. You good?
No, I'm good because my blood pressure's starting to rise a little bit.
All right. Well, with that said, is social media really for us? I think social media is really for them.
The majority of it is for them. Like I said, we grew up with Facebook. Facebook is all we had for a long time.
We're more the precursor. We didn't grow up with Facebook. When Facebook came out, you was in your 30s.
Were we?
Yeah.
In the 30s?
Really?
Yeah.
How
No,
long
you're
has
right.
your Facebook
You're
been?
right, because when we met...
Mafia Wars. How
we've-
long have you been playing Mafia Wars?
Oh, my gosh.
Really? I mean, think about the job that you was at when you started playing Mafia Wars. Has it been 30 years? I mean, did we grow up with that? And
No, we did not grow up
just
with
with
that.
me saying that, the job that you was at when you was playing Mafia Wars lets you know that you weren't.
Yeah, we did not
with
grow up with that.
Yeah.
Not at all.
If anything,
But it has been documented that our generation uses Facebook the most.
I can see that because our generation would have. That's the reason why Facebook is considered like there. You can almost rank the social media platforms by their coolness based on what the kids are saying, and I guess that would be Z and under.
Yeah.
And Facebook is now kind of like grandma's social media platform.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's where you go for the memes and the family bullshit.
Yes. To
And-
find people you went to school with.
Exactly, and to find people you went to school with. Well, people that are still in school aren't going to need to go to Facebook to find people they went to school with.
Yeah.
They just go to Snapchat and see what they're doing
Or
right
their
now.
Instagram. Or,
Yeah, so I don't even think Instagram is the top one for the youngins. I think it's Snapchat and a couple others. It's just like when Skype was rocking, the young cats were using Uvu. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, so it's that kind of situation.
I only use Snapchat for their filters.
Yeah, the young kids are gonna go with whatever is popping at the moment. Now TikTok might be the thing for them. You know what I'm saying? So, which I don't really understand TikTok for the most part.
No.
But
I'm so tired of seeing them too.
but yeah, with that said though, no, I get it. Although the millennials, are they behind Y?
The millennials are after Y.
They're after Y?
They're the Z's.
I thought millennials would be like in their 30s now as well.
Millennials are 95 to 2015, so they're between the ages of 5 and 25.
That's retarded. That's stupid. Like,
Oh, no, I'm wrong. I'm sorry. Millennials are Y. I apologize. I misspoke.
okay.
Millennials are Y. Generation Z, they're just Generation Z. They have other nicknames, but nothing that we've used.
But there's actually one that's 5 to 25. That's Z.
That's Z. Yep.
So
5
that
to 25.
So that means technically, a mother and her baby can technically be in the same generation.
Yeah.
I mean, if I were
No, you're right. Because if
Yeah.
a 20-year-old
Mhm.
5 years ago had a kid, that kid would be 5 now. She'd be 25. That kid would be 5. They're in Generation Z.
Or even if that 20-year-old, and that's if that person's, even if that 20-year-old was 25 and had a kid 5 years ago, that kid would be 5. That she would be, we're talking about today.
Yeah.
If they had it 5 years ago, she would be 25, that kid would be 5, and they're still in the same bracket.
That's what I said.
No, you said she was 20 and she had it 5 years ago. You was basically having a 15-year-old having a kid, where I'm having a 20-year-old.
Oh, then I misspoke because that's the way I meant it. So
Oh,
I'm
okay.
sorry about that.
And if I was wrong, then leave a message in the comment and set me straight. But yeah, so either way, they could be at the edge of the spectrum.
Yeah.
Which just sounds a little crazy.
I know. Generation Z doesn't know what it was like before smartphones.
Because, and that's just it. Yeah, like if you're at the end of a generation versus the beginning of a generation, the life that you live in those generations is going to be completely different.
Yeah.
Like take that same example, that parent and that kid, they live in two different lives. In fact, hopefully that kid's life is easier and it's probably going to be closer to the next generation's life style than it was to their parents. So,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe they might want to reconsider these brackets.
Well, there's no more names for after Z, not yet anyway. And definitely it's not, and if they do come up with them, it's not going to be the alphabet.
So basically your beef is that generation millennials suck and they're pussies.
Not all of them,
Of course not all of them.
but a lot of them.
We're not knocking all of you because some of you guys brings us a lot of entertainment that we enjoy.
Yes.
You know,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
you know,
We love watching you guys.
We enjoy car crashes and train wrecks.
Yes. And we will talk about them.
but yeah, so yeah, I guess I can relate to that. I think when I'm out and about, especially with my side day gig, you get to see people's ages and you're like, wow, I'm older than you.
Yeah.
Wow, and this and yeah, and they look like they should be my fucking grandpa and shit. But
You're an exception, though.
And then
to
you
be
see
honest.
how they're acting. I do believe that Y or millennials have a higher sense of entitlement.
Yes. Oh, for sure.
Versus dog eat dog, or like
Struggle.
yeah, like us, our generation and generations before us, we have a little bit of might makes right.
Absolutely.
We have a little bit of dog eat dog.
We'll get our hands dirty.
We got a little bit of yeah. But I want to go a little deeper than that. And what I'm saying is that we have a little bit of. Because I'm not saying that generation doesn't understand work. They just understand work in a different way. Mm-hmm. If you have to negotiate or politic for your resources, and I have to go out and bang a hammer or bang somebody over the head for my resources, there's really no difference as long as we both get them.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, the difference is the energy used. But what I'm getting at is our generation, we view the jungle as a jungle. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So, we had laws of the jungle. That's why I'm saying we had a little bit of might makes right. Mm-hmm. That's why our generation or a generation before us, if there was something that you wanted or you needed, sometimes you just went and just used brute strength to get
right.
it.
Yeah.
To get it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And which goes back to working and getting your hands dirty. Well, they don't view life as the jungle and,
right.
survival of the fittest.
Right.
They view it more as survival for us all.
Yeah.
I'm entitled to survive.
Yes. It's my right.
Yeah, this isn't a jungle. This is a pod. You know what I'm saying? So there's a difference. Our generation, we were more Jungle Book, and then we watched The Matrix. Mm-hmm. Their generation is more, they're The Matrix, and they're watching some other bullshit. Like, if they had to, I bet most Generation Yers think that they probably is this place where there's all these pods and shit, and you're in a pod, and the machine comes and gives you every fucking thing you want, and all you gotta do is sit there and dream about the beauty, this beautiful house, and beautiful wife, and beautiful car, and beautiful kids, and you're just entitled to have that because your dad had it. Well, your dad had to fucking kill himself.
Ass off.
Yeah, he had to kill himself, and by the time he was old enough to have you, there was nothing left of him.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So he never got that beautiful kid because, he wanted to see a kid go out there and bust their ass too. Mm-hmm. So,
well, some of us, our generation looks forward to a retirement because of so many years we put in struggling.
Yeah.
I wonder what that looking for towards retirement will be like for that next generation.
I think they're going to, I think the average population of that generation is going to just want to be told when to retire, how to retire, and what retirement is supposed to look like.
Yeah.
Whereas growing up with us, our coming up and before us, you weren't told. You pretty much, the beauty was in figuring out what you want your retirement to look like.
Right.
So
you have to figure it out.
Mm-hmm. So I think a lot of this generation, the mistakes that they're going to commit today, also for our generation, it was almost like every 5 years you had a moment where you could write your shit.
Yeah.
Okay, this ain't working. Let me brute strength it this way. It may take me 5 years to write this strength, but if I just keep banging at it, then it'll happen. Mm-hmm. Whereas I think now for Generation Y and generations behind them, I think the mistakes that they make are going to lock them into certain stations that they're not going to want to be in.
Right.
And that's a shout out to people that we know, people that are in that generation and behind it. Keep that in mind. don't lock yourself in a certain station that you know you're not going to be happy at.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I knew that there's a station that in my 20s it might be okay
Mm-hmm.
because I'm a little bit of a rebel and defiant, but in my 40s I'm not going to want to be in that station.
Of course.
You know.
Yep.
So,
But they don't like to take advice, so this is going to go over their heads.
no, which was the main part of the grinding of the gears. We really should have grinded them through the gears, but you know, it
Now
is
knock
what
some
it is.
sense into them. Bitches.
So,
But yeah.
one thing I wanted to kind of get into, I wanted to bring up was, over this time with the coronavirus, and especially when they shut schools down.
Yeah.
You know, you've been seeing like the school buses
Yes.
drive around.
Yep.
And now you're starting to see, it's fucking crazy, yo.
Oh man, every time.
And now you're starting to see, and it's almost like your mic picks it up higher than mine.
My mic picks up everything.
And so now with that said, the school buses and everything, you're starting to see, you see these school buses going around, and now you're seeing commercials and everything. And I realized that, yeah, there's a fucking like free lunch program. Even here in North Carolina, which I would have never thought that there would.
Breakfast and lunch.
Exactly. And so I was, I would see like people in our neighborhood. We live out in a rural area, and you see people standing by the street,
By their driveways and stuff. Yeah.
Exactly. And school bus would come by, and and they would give out lunch. And the other day, I'm sitting on the porch, and dude was like, "Hey, you want a meal?" And I was like, "There's no kids here," Although looking at my shirt that I was wearing that day, he probably was like, "You sure?"
What are you?
Exactly.
He'd probably be like, "You're 40 what?"
You sure ain't no kids here? Shit. Now let me call the cops. You wearing that shirt? But anyway, so and I was like, "Well, there's just 2 adults here." And he was like, "2 adults?" I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Y'all eat, don't you?" And I was like, "Yeah, sometimes."
I love people down
And he
here.
was like, "Well, then here you go, man." I was like, "Thanks, man." I was really thankful. I was super thankful. But regardless of that, I just want to give a big major shout out to that.
Absolutely. I think this county is, I'm wowed by it. Breakfast and lunch. And what comes in those bags?
Is it just Hope County?
As far as I know, it is. I don't think Moore County did this.
Well,
when I was speaking to some people that I know that live in Moore County, they did not mention anything. So if they were doing it, these people are not bragging about it.
Well, regardless of who's doing it and all, because, I've seen commercials of districts in Jersey doing it, and I'm sure it's being done all over the country. And just for that, like right now, healthcare workers are getting a lot of props and a lot of love, as they should.
Yeah.
Medical workers, first responders. But you know what? Let's start giving a shout out to this and to these lunch providers.
Yes.
And a lot of these people are also just teachers and custodians.
Yes.
And you might not even remember, but there was a time in Jersey, and I'm sure it's in every state, probably in 2015 or whatever, where teachers were like, "Look, we just want a boost in pay. Give us a boost in pay." And everybody like,
I remember that.
"Fuck these teachers.
Yep.
Screw these teachers." And at our previous job, we had a few people that were like,
Yes.
"Yeah, well, I don't see why they get paid all this." And they bitching about what's that shit that you get when you've been working there for so long?
Tenure.
They bitching about that. And they bitching about everything that these teachers get. And now in this situation, the teachers are on the front lines.
I know. And I never understood that. These are the people that are teaching our future. Why wouldn't you want them to get paid what they should be getting paid? We pay sports players millions to chase a ball around and get hurt. But we can't pay our teachers who are teaching our future. Come on.
And the thing is that, right now with people, being at home, having to homeschool their kids, hopefully they've gotten an appreciation for.
I hope so.
Because sure, you taught your kid, now teach 15 more.
Exactly.
That aren't yours.
A whole room of them. Exactly.
Yeah,
that aren't
exactly.
yours. It's so different when they're not
ready
yours.
to murder your own damn kids.
Hell
like,
yeah. Knowing you can't
Yeah.
touch somebody else's. The thoughts that go on in your head.
So I want to give shout out to, just that, like, to the
Yeah.
healthcare, to the lunch providers.
I thought that was an excellent
I thought it
program.
was a cool thing. you know, like you said, what comes in those bags.
It's
you know,
so much. I mean,
and
full breakfast, lunch, snacks every day.
it's a meal.
It's a meal,
It's a
and they'll
meal.
give one to every person in that household, and they'll take your word for it. If you're out there and you say, "Hey, yeah, let me get 5," they'll give you 5. They're not even going to question it.
You know, and yeah, I don't know if they should or if they shouldn't.
I know.
But I think it's a good thing that they're at least doing something.
Yes.
But with that said, the same people that talk shit about these people, the same people that support the people that take away from these people,
Yeah.
are the same people that are now taking all this stuff. Like,
Oh yeah.
like you drive down our street, we're probably one of the few families, one of the few households that are kind of like pro, programs like this.
Yes.
Pro understanding. These people, no, they only pro this shit when they're using it.
Right. When they benefit from it.
When they're
And
using
qualify
it
for
that
it.
moment, they would take that food from them and then turn around and be like, screw the handouts.
Yeah, it's taken. Why should my taxes pay for their handouts?
Screw the takers. Why they got a bag of free lunch in their hand?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and then they would say, well, I deserve this. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So it's that kind of situation, which is what leads us into where we at right now. It's just not being in touch with reality kind of situation. And that's what I'm saying. It's like, they've been, sometimes these conservative motherfuckers, like, they're behind like some of the most like bailouts and
Oh yeah.
and things like that, and it's just weird. Like,
They just take everything for granted.
it ain't even like, I don't even know if they're taking it for granted in the sense of if it's rooted in greed or something like that. Like I can't say, is it taking it for granted when I say, no, you can't have it, but I can have it? Like when somebody say, what's yours is mine and what mine's is mine, is that taking something for granted?
No.
Or is that just being fucking greedy?
No, that's being greedy as hell.
Exactly. And that's what these people are like sometimes. So, but regardless, I still shout out to
Yes.
the lunch providers and what they're doing. I really appreciate it, and
Absolutely.
we gonna get through this.
Absolutely. I bet that came in handy for a lot of families.
Came in handy for me that day because I was sitting on the porch, was a little like, you know what I mean? I haven't had one of those little milks in a minute.
I love those little milks. They're
Shit.
so good.
Didn't you say something about stimulus check going out to dead people?
Oh yeah. There have been. Okay, so and I looked this up today.
Okay.
Because there's someone that I know whose wife passed, and they just got their stimulus check. Now they got $2,400 because they were a married couple.
Mm-hmm.
They're older. So it came to them. Now we had to look this up because she passed
Okay.
in March, at the end of March.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Corona was already here,
Yeah.
but she died
Corona's here.
before her check arrived.
The truth about Corona. I'm surprised though I haven't dropped that yet.
I know.
She's a sweet old, about the sweetest little.
Stop.
Make the. All right. Go. Sorry. Dead people with Corona checks.
Yeah. Well, come to find out, if you died before you received your check, you're not entitled to your check.
Okay. Which.
And so the government has been sending out even people who were single that died.
Mm-hmm.
They're still sending out. Now, these are people that died in 2019
Yeah.
that are getting stimulus payments today. Now, imagine how many of those. Now, you're supposed to return them because,
Yeah. Of course.
Imagine how many of those don't get returned.
But imagine. Okay. It's easy to knock the government for that. And there's always going to be dead. There's always going to be losses in anything that you do. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You run a hot dog company, you're going to have hot dogs that fall on the floor and shit. Now, if they had to, but let's look at the alternative. Mm-hmm. Let's say, because it's not like they knew Corona was coming. And
No,
it's not
but
like they knew, but it's not like they knew Corona was gonna bust ass. It's not like they knew Corona was gonna do anything or whatever, whatnot. So in the time that this came up, they had what, a month or two to make a decision that we're gonna send people money and then get the money out to them.
right.
So in that, let's just say in that month, let's say they had to go back and then check the last 3 years and see who may or may not still be alive, and whatever the process of doing that would have been,
Well,
and how long it would have delayed checks.
I
the
can
money.
understand that being the reason for people who've recently passed within the last month or two to get checks by error. But the ones that died in 2019,
Okay.
those checks come issued to their name, comma, deceased.
Oh, why is that?
I don't know. It's probably just the way their IRS system generates it. Because they are notified, the IRS is notified when someone passes.
Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't know that.
You know, so they probably mark it in their system. Why their system spits out checks for dead people is beyond me.
Yeah, that in that case, then I stand corrected, because that sounds like that could just be a matter of filtering your system.
Yeah.
Like, if there's a fucking comma deceased behind your name, don't fucking print a check. I honestly, I don't know. There's still something telling me there's still something.
But I wonder.
And then how do you deposit a check that says deceased?
Well, sometimes you can mobile deposit things and they just go through.
Yeah, but
You
even then,
know.
that bank still. Then now it's the onus is on the bank. You know what I'm saying? To say, hold up, we just got a check from somebody that is dead. We not going to be able to get this money from whoever was the writer of the check.
You would
feel me?
think that, but
Like, it might
the
be
penalties incurred by the person who cashed the check. Or
like it might
deposited
be
the check.
it might be easier for fucking. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But my point is at that point, put it this way: I'm Bank of America. You can mobile deposit all you want into your account. Your account is just something that I set up for you, and then you can go to the ATM and you can take that $100 out. But the next day when I come to work and I check the system and I see, oh, this person just texts me a picture that says such and such dead. For starters, why does that dead person even still have an active account? And if you're depositing it into your account, that means you're signing for that dead person, which is also fraud.
Right.
You feel me? So in order to cash this, you have to commit fraud on so many levels.
I do.
That the bank should be able to protect themselves anyway.
I do agree that, and I think the banks should send out alerts. That happens.
But my point is ultimately the bank is just going to go back into your account and put your account in a negative. So when you get paid and your direct deposit goes back in, they taking that money back. Like,
yeah,
I don't see any.
guess.
I don't see any banks honoring this long term. I mean, I don't know. I haven't.
I mean, you're right.
I'm sure some people got through. I'm sure some people.
Oh yeah.
But-
Well, I can't even imagine what the dollar amount of deceased checks was that went out.
Because like you know, there could be a situation where me and my dad we don't, but let's say my dad's name was Thomas. You know what I'm saying, and he passed away and he lived with me or whatever the case may be. I got his mail.
Oh, people with the same name.
Yeah, and I got the check, but it still says deceased on it. I can see me deposit that into my bank account and my bank kind of being like, fuck it, let it ride. But for the most part, I would think that the onus is on the person. In the end, a person can come to me with a piece of paper with whatever the fuck they want on it. It's still up to me to cash it. It's up to me to ask them for ID. It's up to me to, you know, if I
there should be some level of responsibility held with
and
the
if I
financial
provide them
institutions.
if I
Absolutely.
provide them with an app that allows them to take the money, then cool. But we all know banks gonna come and get their money from
Absolutely. Hell yeah, as they should.
So all right,
But yeah, and you know, there's rumors about a second stimulus check going around too.
that'd be awesome. That'd be really awesome.
Well, I mean, I know they've proposed this a couple times. I think already it's been shot down. But Speaker Pelosi is presenting a new bill now. They were hoping it to be heard the end of this week, but the Republicans are going to push it till the after Memorial Day. So I wouldn't. And this is a big one. It's like $3 trillion. It extends I think in unemployment through January, and it sends another $1,200 checks out to people, and I think it's even increased now per household. They have several programs built in for testing and tracing, COVID testing and tracing. And again, I wouldn't hold my breath. I have a feeling it will be shot down again.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see that going through, or at least not on the first try.
No, but there's people posting, like on my Facebook, somebody in my family, removed, had posted something like, second stimulus checks have been approved. Everybody can thank Donald Trump and stop talking shit about him. And I'm like, dude, nothing's been approved. No one's thanking Donald Trump for anything.
Even if it was, he has nothing to do with
I know.
with any of that. So
no, it wasn't even written by him. I mean, it's the Senate that votes on it.
So tell whoever that was that's removed that somebody removed their fucking brain.
Yeah.
They don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Like they should remove themselves from the fucking conversation. Like you just stupid, bro.
Yeah. That's what I wanted to say, but it's not like I talk to that person all the time, so I don't want the first thing in 3 years that I've said to him to be an insult.
Like, you just fucking stupid. I bet you have no idea how stupid you are. Like you ignorant how ignorant you are.
Mm-hmm. I want to say, hey cousin, haven't seen you in a while, but that was stupid.
Your ignorance is fucking multiplied. Like you have a multiplier on your ignorance.
Check your facts. Check your facts and then brag about it.
But, it would be nice to get some of that stimulus. Only thing people really care about is how much is going to be on the check.
Yeah.
That's it.
And
That's
when
all
they're
gonna
getting
be.
it.
And when they getting it. And, it would be nice because while I didn't, we got ours just a little bit after Mother's Day, didn't we?
No.
That was before Mother's Day? Oh. Yeah, but we didn't have the... We didn't have the promo at the time because if we did, I would have spent some of that stimulus money on some Adore Me, on some lingerie.
Me too.
Some sexy stuff on AdoreMe.com.
I love that place. They have so many cute things. Well, you've seen so many cute things and really good prices. Like sometimes I walk into a store and I kind of feel a little overwhelmed and things just don't look right sometimes on hangers. And I like online shopping and buying lingerie on AdoreMe.com. You just get to see it on people and just, and people with similar body shapes. So it helps me, visualize what I know will look like on myself and whether I would like it or not.
Okay, so they're pretty diverse with what they're showing.
Oh, yeah. Yep. They have everything from the small ones to the big ones and in various sizes and all cute shit, not old lady looking shit either. Just because you big don't mean you got to wear old lady looking shit.
It is not like going to the strip club or anything like that.
No, and all of it's either cute, adorable, sexy, playful. They have pajamas, lingerie, just bras and underwears all together. And then they do have a little odds and ends, like some jewelry and things like that.
Oh, okay.
But little things like that.
And they've been around for a while.
They've been around. I've had them for a couple of years.
Oh, okay. Yes, it's Jersey. I remember. I used to like getting the packages.
The little pink boxes. I love my pink boxes.
Yeah.
When they show up, I get so happy. It's like Christmas every month.
Well, everybody is definitely up on TMC4JMC.com and Hidden Closet, but it's also on the homepage.
Absolutely. So. Check them out. There's a good deal on there, especially for first timers.
AdoreMe.com promos. What are some of the promos that they offer?
Well, we have free shipping, and then for first time users, you get your first set at a dramatically reduced rate.
Oh, shit.
And like I said, they have sales all the time. And it's not just Victoria's Secret. They have some amazing sales. So
adore me, adore him, adore her, adore you.
Adore yourself,
adore
damn it.
We. And adore TMC4JMC.com. And with that, we're going to take a brizzy.
Yay!
It used to be her time. Yeah. I miss my calling.
You did.
I did.
You did.
I should have either been a singer or a murder hornet.
This would be your time to shine.
Yeah, Murder Hornets saying Murder Hornets.
You picked the wrong one. Right now, you'd be murder horning it up.
I like that.
You like that?
You want a murder hornet? Murder hornet, murder hornet, murder hornet, murder hornet,
Have you seen the pictures of those things?
No, I haven't.
They look mad. Like,
oh, really?
Yeah.
Like they ready to murder something?
Yes. Like they almost look like they have eyebrows that squint in, like they crunch inward, like they look mad, like they'll look.
Baby Normie, be like,
yes, when he looks at you with that mean face.
Like, you want a Normie sandwich?
Yep. Insert picture here.
Yeah, picture Normie.
Fiercest kitty.
But yeah, I don't know what they are, but I hear that they kind of, you know, you don't want to tangle with them, and I hear that they come for bees.
Really? Oh, because there are like wasps and things that eat like other wasps and bees.
Nicole Richie, she was actually on Seth Meyers, Late Night with Seth Meyers. She was talking about her show, and I guess she's a beekeeper as well. And so she was like, yeah, I heard they come for bees. So, you know, I'm not really on Team Murder Hornet, but she said she's going to give them a chance.
She's going to give them a chance,
yeah,
huh?
She don't want to exterminate them. She want to find out what's the deal with the bees first, I believe, allegedly, and then she will allegedly be down with allegedly exterminating them. Allegedly.
She doesn't want to speak too soon, I guess, huh?
Nah.
I love her. She makes me laugh, man.
I do too, and I think that she kind of got a bad rap from The Simple Life, and I think she bounced back from that.
I thought she was great in that show. That's what made me start liking her.
Yeah, but she's not as airhead as the purpose of that
no,
show
she's not.
Was to be an airhead.
And yeah, silly.
To come off like Bill and Ted's Greatest Adventure.
Yeah.
Like, you know, real time, excellent. You know, that was them. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, Wayne's World and shit. But, you know, and she was more or less the sidekick to Paris Hilton's, you know, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
But no, she's very thoughtful. She's very. Anytime I've seen her do an interview or anything on her own, she's been very thoughtful.
Oh yeah, she's got a brain in her.
And intelligent. You know,
she's cute, funny, and smart.
Absolutely, and yeah, I'm down with her. Did we ever find out what's her relation, her biological relation to Lionel Richie?
Oh, you know what? Hold on, because I think. And I will confirm this in a second, but I thought I looked her up once before, and she is the adopted daughter of Lionel Richie. I think somebody he knew or a couple he knew.
Okay.
I think it was like a situation like that.
All right. Well, either way, she's his daughter, and she got the name Richie.
Well, I just found her Wikipedia, and she was Nicole Richie. No, her last name originally she was born Nicole Escovedo.
Oh, so she might be Latina.
Yeah, which I can totally see. I mean, she says she's black, so I'm not questioning that. She says she's black, but I'm not finding anything about her birth parents. Just Mexican and Creole African American ancestry.
Okay, so she's black.
Yeah. So her father is the Latino.
Oh, look at her.
Yeah, his last name was Escovedo.
She got a nice little mixture going on. She got Creole up in it. That's where she get that complexion from, and that hair and those eyes. And yeah, way to go, girl.
So, and the story is that when she was 3 years old, her biological parents agreed to let her move in with Lionel Richie because they could not afford to provide for her.
Man.
And her parents were friends with Lionel.
She lucked up.
She lucked up so bad.
Totally lucked up. Hey, yo, let me get that baby.
Oh,
what do you mean, let you get my baby? Let me get that baby. What you gonna do with it? I bet you that's how the conversation went down. What you gonna do with that baby?
Yeah, I think from what I'm reading, he initially became her guardian. That's pretty normal. And then later on legally adopted her.
No, I'm talking about the conversation. Like the day. Like, what you gonna do with that baby? He got his afro and his big ass lips. You know what I mean? He probably got like his chest hair showing.
I can picture him in my mind.
Yeah, he probably got a brick house in the background. Shit, nice thing. Like, what you gonna do with that baby? Give me that baby.
And what's her rap name? She got a rap name. It's like Nikki Fresh.
Nikki Fresh.
Trap rapper.
Trap rapper. What you gonna do with that baby?
We gotta find some of her stuff.
Give me that baby. No worry.
No worry.
No worry. I'll take care of that baby.
The dingo ate your baby.
So, you know. So I wanted to bring up some things. Obviously, there's been a lot of sad news going on. I don't know if you had heard about it or read too much into it, but just recently, within the past week or two, there was a shooting. But basically what I want to talk about is things are getting a little crazy out here. Like, people, and it could be this whole Generation Y thing. It could be the baby boom, but the people above us, because they're getting a little freaking senile. Whatever the case may be, but people are losing their senses. Mm-hmm. And they're not making any damn sense. And there's a little bit of anarchy and lawlessness going on. And I've brought this up before in previous shows where I was saying, is it intentional or not? And you know what I'm saying? And,
right.
And at the time, I was feeling like, well, damn, I think I'm the only one that's seeing this conspiracy theory. And I'm not saying that is one now, but now that we are almost a month removed from that show, now you can kind of see how all that denying how things are going, telling people, screw the law, screw what the authorities are telling you, screw all this, do what you want to do, your liberties. Now you're starting to see how it's starting to bleed in and starting to cost people their lives. Yeah,
it's almost like a false sense of backing.
Exactly. Here we are supposed to be having social distancing, and you got people getting shot and stuff, and you still have people doing parties and all that craziness.
Yeah.
And this is stuff that was happening months ago, and now that everybody's now going cabin fever and they're like, let us out. Now you want to go out. But before you didn't want to pay attention.
Exactly.
And even down to the mask.
Or follow the law.
Exactly. Or just have a little bit of respect and sympathy. Even down to the mask thing. Like, I feel like we're at war. And the mask is the least you can do. Refusal to wear it is like saying, you know what, nah, I want to root for the other team. I don't want to root for our side.
Right.
I want to root for the other team. I want to see if the other team is as bad as they say they are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that's what you're saying. You're saying I want to see if the other side could do what they say they could do. If they say they could do what they do, then we all fuck. If they can't, then fine. Either way, I'm rooting for them. And it got to the point where it's like people were defiantly not wanting to wear masks. There's this story of in Michigan, Flint of all places. I mean, like they don't have their own other
problems,
issues.
Right?
Yeah, and I guess there was a Family Dollar, and a lady wanted to get in, and security guard, told her she had to wear a mask.
Right.
And they got into an argument or whatever the case may be. And long story short, these two dudes, or maybe even more, came back and shot the dude. Killed the guy.
In the head. They shot him in the head, I read, yeah.
Father of 8.
In Michigan is a state-mandated mask wearing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It had nothing to do. And it wasn't even that. He told the lady's daughter that she had to leave because she wasn't wearing a mask. We see people all the time. They walking in with their kids, and their kids, they don't have any masks. They don't give a shit. And it's like, okay, that's fine, that's cool, but how emboldened are you? Are you stuck to that? Like,
exactly.
Like, are you willing to go to the mat for that mask for your
absolutely
for not wearing a mask, for your kid to not wear a mask?
I bet you if that kid got that new Kawasaki virus, that mother would be blaming somebody at Family Dollar.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And then she would want to bitch and complain. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
And sue somebody. Yeah.
It's like this guy, and no, he shot because he disrespected my girl. He disrespected my, well, I don't give a fuck about this virus and this mass shit. He disrespect my, whatever, bro. Like,
yeah, man.
Were you just looking for a reason to shoot somebody that day? Like,
well, that's the thing, because I read about this.
Mm-hmm.
But I read that exactly how you said. She told the woman to, kids got to wear a mask, or told the daughter to wear, she has to wear a mask or they're not allowed in. And she refused. The mother started yelling at him, and, she was refusing. And, he told the cashier, you can't serve her.
Yeah.
And I think her husband was there, her father was there, and somebody else, I think. And, they were made to leave the store, and they left. And then two of the dudes came back to yell at him, and one of them pulled out a gun and shot him in the head.
Yeah.
Just like that. I mean, so that was premeditated. The fact that they came back.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They went strapped up.
That means they went, they talked shit, got themselves all riled up, strapped up, and came back just to shoot that man.
Yeah.
For doing his job.
For giving a fuck about the society at large. Which is what gets us back to what we were saying, is that there's no fucking empathy going on.
No, none. Again, this man put his life on the line for his job.
Yeah.
So your dumbass can come and shoot him.
And not for nothing, that's also something that people have to take into consideration as well. When you look, I'm happy that businesses it's a symbiotic relationship. Some of the businesses have to stay open. Some of the workers have to get paid.
Right.
Some of this, that, and the other. You have people upset with some people who are on unemployment, saying, "Why do they get paid to stay home and I got to go to work?" Well, that's just the way it is.
Trust me, I know a lot of people who prefer to be at work than
why are you upset that they are at home?
Yes,
getting their unemployment check. You know what I'm saying? Like, if
be happy you got a job.
Yeah, be happy you got a job today.
Shit.
Actually, you probably are happy you have a job, and if you didn't, you probably be. You'd be getting your unemployment check, but eventually you're gonna want your job. So it's a seesaw, and you have to find where you at on that seesaw. But you still need to have empathy for everybody that's on that fucking seesaw.
Absolutely.
That's the reason why it's a dick move to when you get somebody up high on the seesaw and then you want to jump off.
Absolutely.
And they come slamming down to the ground.
Absolutely. I mean,
that's a dick move.
Some people are lucky that they have the type of job where they work in an office and maybe they were able to work from home during all this shit. But others work retail jobs. So they have to face the public every day. They have no choice. They're lucky they have a job. They're happy to be able to go to work to pay their bills. And then you have to not only fight the coronavirus, but then you got to fight the assholes that don't want to protect themselves.
And maybe that dude didn't even give a shit
from getting it.
Maybe that dude didn't give a shit about his job. Maybe that dude just had to go to work because his job said, no, you're essential. You know what I'm saying? Like because Mr. Family Dollar said, no, my stores are essential. I'm going to continue to make money doing this situation. Yeah. Is Family Dollar an essential place? They sell food. They sell, toilet paper and stuff like that, cleaning supplies. So I wouldn't argue that they aren't, because I've seen other shit that was open that clearly wasn't.
Right.
An ice cream shop is not essential. It just isn't.
It's not essential, no.
So,
but our stay-at-home order was a little different here.
Regardless, I'm not going over state by state. I'm sure, I don't even know if there was one in Michigan that was open. I'm not going over state by state. I'm just saying in general, essential versus non-essential. You know what I'm saying? It seemed like it's a toss-up, and people who probably felt that they shouldn't be probably were, and vice versa.
Right.
But this dude, he might not even give a damn about his job. He might have just had to go because his job was still open, and you got to show up. You can't be like, nah, I can't come.
Right.
So even that makes it even more of a sad story.
Yeah.
And once again, he's just a person on the front line, just doing his job. And that's how this. If we're gonna get through this, we're gonna get through this by everyday ordinary Americans. If we're gonna open up, the only way we're gonna get through this is by everyday ordinary Americans going to work and doing their job. To protect that building. And the people that are in there, and that's it. So building by building, they keep saying, let the business people figure it out. Well, that's what they're trying to do.
That's what they're trying to do, exactly.
Building by building, we're going to keep motherfuckers safe. And you got to be down with that. But these assholes, and just assholes in general, because I think it's being put out there, to just be like, nah, fuck that, anarchy, liberty, liberty. I have the right to be an asshole, and it's like, no, you don't have the right to affect me.
Exactly.
You don't, and that's one thing I want. Like, it's not a Whitlock segment, whatever, but I did kind of grab another clip because he's kind of saying something that it's not connected with this in any way. I would never make that connection, but he's saying something that's close to what I'm saying is the problem.
Right.
And the problem is this you don't fucking know. Stop fucking assuming and just have a little bit of sympathy.
He seems like he doesn't have
if
any.
If you got sympathy, then and empathy for other people, then you'll be less likely to be like, you'll be less likely to try to bitch somebody.
Yeah.
And that's what all these people that they're just trying to bitch somebody. And even look at this asshole. He's in his crib. He's been
nice and safe and warm and toasty.
Yeah, he's been in his crib ever since this shit began.
I can't stand looking at his face. He's got this dopey face. And he pisses you off, which pisses me off. And
ever since it began, he's been in his crib. Like, I don't know when the cameras go off if he's out, clubbing it and shit, but he's not saying he is.
Nothing.
But he wants everybody else to go do it. Go play basketball. No, you go play basketball.
He's one of those people that I'm like, okay, well, there's nuclear fallout, but you still have to go out there and let me know what's going on.
Yeah.
Like, fuck you. You go out there.
Like, no, you go play basketball, bro. Mm-hmm. We don't want NBA. We want heavyset people over 50 to play basketball.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We need that to be our next entertainment source.
With underlining hypertension, most allegedly.
Oh, yeah. And probably borderline diabetes.
Yeah, we want those people to play. Hey, there are risks that come with everything. Go out there and play basketball.
Look,
Chubby.
I hope I'm going to measure my words properly because
you
I want to be fair to the players and I want to be fair to everyone. And I don't want to sound like I'm some tough guy. But listen, coal miners take risks virtually every day. And
coal miners. Fucking coal miners.
Coal miners.
How are you going to have a conversation? What they're talking about is the NBA wants to get back to the season, and they trying to figure it out. And some of the players are like, yo, what's up? What about me? And all the players there's so many nuances and dynamics to the players. Not all of them are multimillionaires.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So some of them need to get back to work. Some of them haven't been able to take care of themselves while they've been locked down.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't had the ability to go to take care of their body because they don't have home gyms and mansions and shit.
Yeah.
I totally fucking get it. Everybody has a story. So the NBA is like, look, we're going to figure out a way to get things back. And they're saying that we need to start considering life with COVID. Meaning that just because you come up positive, that doesn't mean that things have to shut down.
Yeah.
Life is over. Just like, hey, you came up positive for AIDS, whatever.
Yeah.
Life still goes on. And that's cool. That's cool. But people still have a reason to be worried. And that doesn't matter regardless of where you work. That doesn't matter if you work for the NBA, if you're an NBA player, or if you're just the dude that fucking picks up the fucking jock straps. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, you have a right to be worried about this. And it's almost like society saying, no, the individual doesn't have a right to be. Only time the individual has a right to be worried is when they need to get out and spend money. Mm-hmm. Other than that, it's the business owners that's going to decide when society runs or don't. Meaning, what the fuck is that? Meaning it's the.
I heard it too. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I know, right? Meaning it's the business owners that's going to decide if your ass get up and go to work or not.
Right.
We don't care if you afraid or not. You going to work. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah.
so I get why people are like, well, damn, if I got to go to work, why can't I go to the mall?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I get it. I totally get it. But he's talking about coal miners. Now, I guarantee you none of those coal miners want COVID.
Yeah.
Coal miners have risk. Yeah, but if there's fucking COVID down in that mine, none of them
will be down there. Exactly.
You fucking idiot.
And even with that risk, they wear safety protection shit. Like major safety protection shit. And they don't even have COVID.
And they're not doing it for nobody's entertainment.
No, not at all. Actually, it's quite the opposite of entertaining.
I don't know if coal mining is considered essential or not.
No, and I don't think they get paid millions for it either.
But when they said the WWE is essential, that's fucking bullshit.
That is, please.
That was bullshit. So what you saying about coal mining again, asshole?
And we know the health ramifications from going down in the mine, breathing that air. They do it to provide for their families. They don't make millions of dollars. Life comes with risk. Men and women have been taking risks to provide for their families for a long time. And so all I would say to the players is get into the data, do some independent research.
And that's the thing. We can't. Life comes with risk. This been going on for fucking whatever. All right, Einstein, like, way to go, Brainiac. Like, you really, solved the key to life there, bro. But
I think the risk in this case is so much different than the risk in coal mining.
Exactly, like coal mine, dog catchers and dog walkers have risks. They have to cross the fucking street. Mm-hmm. They have to cross the street, bro. But at the same token, if there's a risk out there for society, then we dog catchers and dog walkers might have to just figure something else out. Mm-hmm. Maybe now we're walking all the dogs in a bubble.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, maybe now NBA players have to figure out another sport to play. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, unless they figure out a way to test those players before every game,
but
have those players secluded 100% from anybody else so they can all play together nice and healthy. I just don't see them going through those measures.
I'm going to get to that in the next segment about the whole testing thing. But just to touch on it a little bit, there's over 100,000 people that have died off this shit. There are almost 1 million that are tested positive, infected with it. We don't know how many more. We need tests. We need tests for regular motherfuckers that are trying to live regular motherfucking lives.
Yeah.
We need tests for people who are trying to make a difference in all this shit. We don't need to constantly be using tests on the president and his assholes every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get tested every 5 minutes. And these motherfuckers, just because they could dunk, when this shit first started, I understood. We needed to know how things work in animals.
Yeah.
We needed to know. So that's the reason why when they tested the tigers that came up positive, they needed to know. That shit happened in fucking February, March. So I defended that.
Yeah.
Give the tiger a test. And plus, the tiger belongs to somebody.
That's right.
But now, in May, they shouldn't be testing all the tigers at the zoo just because they have money and access to the test.
Yeah.
Because what you're now doing
is very right.
You're now creating class warfare.
Yes.
Like, nobody has come up to me and said, yo, you want to test, bro? My day side gig hasn't said, yo, you want to test, bro? My company isn't big enough to even fucking have access to tests as far as TMC4JMC right now. So the only way I can get a test if I go out there and have a wicked jump shot or I'm a tiger.
Yeah.
like
yeah, you got to have that money
so that he can enjoy a basketball game
and have something to talk about, and something new to talk about with his friends.
Yeah. Bro, you got a job. You don't need them to have your job.
Oh yeah, it's so easy to say when your job is not their job.
Your job is an auxiliary off that job. It's an off ramp off the off. You know how they say off Broadway?
Yeah.
Well, if the NBA's Broadway, your job is in fucking Jersey. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's why you can do it from your house.
You know what I'm saying?
By yourself.
So it's like shut the fuck up again. You know, and that's what I'm saying. It's like fuck off. Do your individual research. Get your own individual data. Half these motherfuckers barely got out of college, barely got out of high school.
Yeah.
Get your own data. Some of them not qualified to get their own data.
I know.
Some can't spell data. Data. I don't know. Might as well get high. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. Like, do your own individual. That's that bullshit right there. I'm not saying that everybody should listen to one doctor. I'm not saying Dr. Fauci is the man. I'm not saying any one doctor is the man.
Right.
But the same way I'm not saying any one doctor is the man, I'm sure as hell not saying any one person is the man. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's an inconsiderate statement. I just
like, yeah, what the fuck is he talking about? Like, get your own data because there's risk. So, you know, if you got the wrong data,
yeah,
you fucking end up dead and your mom too, then, you know, there's risk in everything. Coal miners.
Just don't turn on your television and be preached to. It's really hard. And I'm no expert, but I've been doing some reading.
I'm no expert. Everybody got to put that as the precursor.
Yeah, because it's part
no
of the disclaimer.
I'm no expert, aka I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
It's part of the disclaimer. Yeah.
But I read some shit. Now, here's the beauty about reading some shit. That's why whenever I get into it with some asshole on the internet, which I really need to stop.
Yeah.
Fuck it. It don't even have to be the internet when it's on this stuff. You know, and people talk and they be like, well, you know, it's out there. Look it up.
Yeah, I know.
Or on the internet, they love to post a link. And now I got to read this fucking
exactly
10,000 word article on the fucking internet. And it's like,
it's gonna saying, "Oh, that tastes awful. Taste it." No, you just told me. You know why do you need me to taste it? No. Well, you read it. Tell me why you think I should be aware.
Like, in fact, don't speak for him. Speak for you.
Yeah,
I'm here talking with you, bro. So I'm not gonna sit here and do homework because you can't make your point.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna, like in 5 NG, I ended up making a point for the dude. Like, I'm not gonna do your homework for you, bro. Like, no. What do you mean look it up? No, tell me, break it down. So, all this bullshit about I've been doing some reading. Now, if you already feeling a certain way, you're not going to be like, and that's another reason why I'd be like, don't give me your fucking links. Because the moment you sat down to say, you know what, I need to find some supporting shit to support what I already think. Mm-hmm. So, the fact that you found that link is already baked in bias.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, I've been doing some reading. Oh, did you happen to sit down and look for things that totally disagree with you?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Did you say, Google, find me shit that is totally contrary to what the fuck I think. You know what I'm saying? Find me people who are way more eloquent and articulate, intelligent in ways than I am, but they believe totally opposite than I do.
Yeah.
Something tells me Google algorithm will work.
I think it will.
I think it would.
I think you put anything into Google and it'll come up with what you're looking for.
I wonder how long can you talk to Google before it's like,
I don't think it has a limit. Google is an unlimited number of zeros, so I don't think it has a limit on what you can ask it.
Oh, this is totally gonna be an ad. But yeah, man. I mean, it's like, come on, bro. Like, when you sat down to read, you sat down to read shit that was going to give you what you already wanted to know, that was going to support and uplift what you already wanted to confirm.
Yep.
If you want to confirm that it's all good, then you're going to find shit that supports that. Mm-hmm. So, you know, when you said you've been doing some reading, you didn't say you've been doing some thorough reading. You didn't say, no, I want to hear, I've been doing a lot of reading.
Yes.
Not some reading.
I want you to knock me down with the facts.
Yeah, like, motherfucker, like, something tells me you've been reading more about basketball than you've been reading about COVID.
Yeah, I know.
Your job is talking about sports, so I'm just going to assume you've been reading more about that.
I think it's very selfish to say.
Yeah, I've been reading some reading.
Yeah, come on now.
It's like you've been doing some eating too, bitch.
If you are under 50 and in good health, you've got a better chance of, falling off a cliff and being pushed over by a baby child falling off a cliff. There's any kind of calamities that could happen that are more likely than you dying from the coronavirus.
Now, I don't know what the whole point of the whole baby falling off a cliff thing. I guess that was some joke or whatever. But what he's trying to say is if you're under 50, which you and I are, and I don't think he is. I think he's over 50.
Yeah.
Oh, God, look at him. But anyway, I think he's over 50. So that automatically takes him out of the game. Mm-hmm. Which means, hey, I ain't playing. That's why I said, no, we don't want to see under 50 people play basketball. No, we want to see over 50 heavy set people with hypertension. We want you guys to play basketball. Yeah. No, that's the new basketball.
Yeah. Basketball as you knew it is no more.
The Flub BA. We down with the Flub BA now. Come on, bring it, bro. So it's easy for him to say, no, you guys go fight that war. Mm-hmm. That's what he's saying.
Plus, you have the money to get tested whenever you want. So
no, we're gonna waste all the tests that we want on you guys.
Yep.
Fuck the regular dude that's just trying to work at the Piggly Wiggly.
Yeah, that guy will make it.
Yeah, so tells me
you said it yourself.
And plus most people that have Piggly Wiggly are under 50 anyway.
Exactly.
Unless they retire and they working there for extra money, then who knows? But whatever. Mm-hmm. They don't dunk, so fuck them.
Yeah.
So you're under 50. He didn't say it's unlikely. The likelihood is low that you're going to contract it. He's saying the likelihood is low that you're going to die from it.
You might get a little sick, but you'll get better.
Exactly. You feel me? Like, there was a lot of people when that dude in Vegas busted out the window and started shooting. He was shooting at, I think, hundreds of people, wasn't he?
Yeah, yeah.
You feel me?
It was a concert.
And from my understanding, it's not like he shot thousands of bullets. I think he shot hundreds of rounds. Mm-hmm. So it might have technically been a round or two for each person that was there.
Yeah.
Just assume that.
Yeah.
So it was less likely that you would get killed there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There were people that got killed, obviously. Mm-hmm. Just like there's people that died from corona.
Right.
But if you're there, the odds that you're going to get hit with a life-threatening, life-ending round is low.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You don't know how low it is. You don't know if it changes if you're in the middle of the crowd or if you're on the fringe.
Right.
You don't know any of that, but you know it's low. Now, that's just the odd that's going to be a life-ending round because he is shooting from far away. Mm-hmm. That likelihood goes up when we're just talking about getting shot. Mm-hmm. So, who the fuck is going to, yes, please, shoot me, please? From my understanding, getting shot sucks. Getting shot hurts. You don't know if you're going to make it sometimes. Mm-hmm. Who the fuck wants to get shot because it's less likely that you're going to die?
Yeah. So let me ask, do you know, or am I jumping the gun? Let me know if I'm jumping the gun. Have any of the players reacted to coming back, or do you know how they feel about it?
Yeah, some are like, if they keep our safety in mind, cool. Some are like I was saying, there are some nuances. Some are like, yeah, fuck this. I need to get this money. I didn't fucking bust my ass to learn how to play NBA and, finally make it to be the 13th man on a 14-man roster.
Yeah.
To not get paid.
Yeah.
Like he's not getting paid millions. He might be just a couple $100K, living in a condo. So, NBA was the only reason why his baby mama still showing him some respect. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's like, nah, I gotta play, bro.
Well, I think that
I got child support payments I need to.
In my opinion, if we're talking about having games back on, with like I have said before about businesses who need to adapt in these times if they want to make it through or open back up, I think it might go the same way with the NBA. You have to adapt if you want to continue.
But whatever you do, you have to have some empathy.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Empathy has to be at the root. And this man has zero.
No.
He's talking about it's unlikely that you're going to die, so go ahead and do it. And it's like, well,
You get that feeling when he's saying this,
Yeah,
too.
that's exactly what he's saying.
It's very dry.
It's unlikely you're going to die, so what are you bitching for?
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, who the fuck are you? You know what I'm saying? Like, go ahead. Run the 20K, bro.
Yeah.
Run it, bro. It's unlikely that your heart is going to fucking explode, but do it. It's gonna hurt.
Yeah, I agree.
It's gonna hurt.
And yes, perhaps you could catch it, pass it on to someone else. But I'll just again say there are risks in life. No risk, very little reward. So I would encourage the players to do some research and figure out just how at risk they are, and then do a calculus on what risk are you worth taking. Maybe there are no guarantees. The only thing that really is guaranteed is death. And as it relates to the coronavirus, I think as we get more and more data, I think there has been a little bit of a overreaction and spreading of fear that's to a level where people are making unreasonable decisions. That's all I want to say.
That's bold to say.
Now, we've been talking about this asshole for a few shows.
Yeah.
So we kind of have it on record. This dude been using this fear card since episode 102. You know what I'm saying? We're on 7 now. This dude been going on talking about fear, and he didn't want the NBA to shut down in the beginning. To begin with. Even after the dude, one of them came up positive. Now, since then, hundreds of thousands of people have contracted it, and tens of thousands of people have died since they've shut down the NBA. And this asshole's still using the same song and dance argument. We're using fear to make decisions that no, people have died.
Exactly. He's, well, we're overreacting. No, we're not.
Yeah, you can't keep saying on day 1 when fucking 1,000 people are dying, we're overreacting. Day 2, 2,000 people dead, we're overreacting. Day 3, 3,000 people dead, we're overreacting. Day 4, only 3,500 people are dead now. So only 500 people died that day. We're overreacting. See, we're overreacting.
What number do you get to? What number of deaths do you get to before you say?
No. The point what I'm trying to make is there's the number is going up. They're saying we're overreacting. The number slightly drops. See, I told you we're overreacting. The number slightly dropped. Then the next day it jumps back up. Fear. We're overreacting. It drops back down a little bit. See, I told you we're overreacting. It's playing both sides of the fence. You can't take credit for the hard work that people are doing to fight this thing and say that it's nothing to begin with. You can't do both.
Yeah.
You just can't. You can't look at the fire, do nothing to put the fire out, and even say it's not a fire. Even stand in the way when the dude is shooting, the fireman is shooting the holes, and you're like, you know, you can't. But in spite of all that, he still puts the fire out. You can't take credit of that.
Yeah.
Even if, in spite of all that, it rains, and the rain puts the fire out, you still can't take credit. You can't say, "See, told you, overreacting." No, you are in the way. You are a hindrance. You don't get to motherfucking have an intelligent view on it. And that's what I've been saying with this douchebag.
This insensitive asshole.
Yeah, to say the least. You know, and frankly, I kind of like threw him in a little bit earlier than I really wanted to.
I'm glad we got him out of the way.
A little bit, yeah. But
great topic.
Because actually I meant to just zip past his ass and get into Georgia. In that whole situation.
The state of?
Yeah, the state of Georgia. And what happened with Arbery. What's his name again? Ahmaud Arbery.
Arbery?
Yeah, Arbery.
Yeah.
Definitely needs to make sure I get his name right. Definitely make sure anything I say about the situation is correct. super fucked up situation. And I'm not going to go into it too much, but I'm just going to just say this. People that of color, people of that are disenfranchised, people impoverished, lower class, wherever you are, whoever you are, just people in general, we have a Second Amendment.
Mm-hmm.
Until it's not here, it's time to start respecting that.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is these. It's time to stop being angry that they have the audacity to do shit like this.
Right.
It's time to stop being angry that these people feel comfortable enough to jump in their cars or whatever and hunt down this dude, regardless of what color he is.
Yeah.
Although we know what they did do and why they did it, because I don't want to degrade that by saying regardless of what color he is, but it's there, parentheses, but they still had the audacity to do that. And the reason why I say regardless of what color it is, because I want to point on the fact that they're comfortable enough just grabbing their guns and running.
Yeah.
Where people of color aren't usually comfortable with open carrying and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Me, we're gun owners, and we tried it for a little bit, but after a while, I started feeling like, man, I was putting myself in danger more by opening and carrying than, and not by somebody robbing me because I got a gun out.
No, but
by a cop fucking
or anything. I mean, or even somebody else carrying a gun. Like
I wasn't worried about somebody else.
Oh,
I was worried about, but there you go. Like you get to worry about everybody else. Like I don't know why you would be worried about somebody seeing me with my gun out and they pulling out their gun and they shooting me. My worry is I got this gun out and now any cop that sees me with this gun is now going to put me on his radar. Or if not, fuck with me then and there. Either question me, want to stop me, want to whatever me. Regardless if it happens or not, it's always going to be a fear. It's going to be a fear that if a cop happens to walk past my car and he sees the gun on my dash, is he going to respect it, and react the same way if he went past the white guy's car and saw it on his dash?
Mm-hmm.
Will he just be like, hey, sir, that's a nice little 9mm you got there? Or me, is he like, is this your car, sir? Please open it, put it down on the ground. Why you got a firearm and all this shit? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As if I'm not supposed to have it there. But in North Carolina, if it's out and open, I should be able to have my gun on my dash. There's this article of this politician. She had these black guys follow her because, once again, you got these white guys feeling comfortable enough to go to the Capitol building armed with these rifles and shit. Like, why are you comfortable enough to do that? Why do you have the audacity to do that?
Yeah, that would make me very uncomfortable.
And that's why sometimes we feel like we're hunted, because we don't feel like we have the right to have the audacity there. Mm-hmm. So now I'm saying that I think we have to take it. Like the dude that what he was saying, he was like, yo, this is the first time I open carried, when he escorted that congresswoman into the Capitol building, because she felt threatened with all these people there with guns yelling, open up, you know, this, that, and the other, swastikas.
I can imagine.
And he's like, you know, the energy, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's not an energy you want to be in. Like,
right.
Like, these people are acting barbaric, but I got to stand here, because if I don't, then they may be hunting me down in trucks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like, but in what world we live in that we still have to go through? Like, you got to worry about two dudes jumping out of a truck,
like,
and shooting you.
Enough with, we don't have the audacity to take advantage of these archaic ass laws that are on the books.
Yeah.
Like I was saying earlier, that law is probably on the book from back in the day in the 1800s, when the sheriff would be like, come on, boys, let's go get him. You deputize, let's go get him. Let's go get that slave.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So when it was, you know, slave wrestling and shit like that, you know?
I mean, it's got to come from something like that, because they were so confident to jump out of their truck with this rifle.
And they might know of it, but they're confident for a different reason, which is what I just covered. They're confident because they know society supports them and people who look like them in the area in which they live in doing something like that, especially against the person that they did it against. Mm-hmm. And that's where you can't be like, regardless of what color it is, That's why you have to call it the color that the person is against a black man, because they knew that their peers would support that. Whereas even in the black community, I don't know if we would support our peers chasing down another dude and shooting them out in public.
Right.
In our community, we don't get to be vigilantes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We get to have retribution. We get to do revenge. But revenge comes with negatives, you know.
Right.
And then something has to happen to you. A vigilante protects. Somebody who gets revenge, who avenged themselves, they already been fucked.
Yeah.
You know, so there is the disconnect. And the only way we're going to get past that, I think, first is respecting and getting on par with the Second Amendment.
Yeah.
And saying, look, you know what? We respect the Second Amendment shit too. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard. It's really, 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 really hard. I would love to be out popping off in my backyard. But I don't.
I know.
I don't, because I'm not comfortable enough to feel like, okay, and maybe I would love to speak to a local sheriff or somebody like, yo, is it okay if I pop off in my backyard?
I know, you kind of feel a little, especially being that we're not used to it.
Nah, I ain't popping off in my backyard. And just to go on this, and another reason why you know that they felt comfortable enough to do what they did. They were ex-cops and ex-whatevers as well, ex-district attorneys. They were in the mix. When they killed this dude and they finally contacted his mother, they told his mom that he was involved in a break-in. Not that he was suspected of being involved in the break-in, but that he was involved in a break-in and he was killed by the homeowner. So imagine that. While that's not the truth, that's so far from the truth. This is what the cops told her.
Oh.
This is, yeah, when the cops, you know, call it, hey, ma'am, are you the mother of blah, blah, blah? Well, we're here to inform you that your son's being killed. He was in a break-in and he was killed by the homeowner. Wow. And she didn't know until months later that wasn't true. You feel me? She knew it wasn't the truth, but she didn't.
Right.
No. Had this video not been there, had none of the surveillance, totally different situations. But the cops rolled up. They just took their. I mean, they got the dude's blood on his hand.
Yeah.
Man. They just. So what happened here? Nigga was breaking into a house. We told him to stop. He didn't. We shot him. All right. Looks that's what happened. I'm gonna call his mom and tell her there's another one dead. Another one bit the dust. And so, and that's what I'm saying. It's like, we don't have that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. If anything happened to where he fought himself and they get to kill him and say, well, we win. But if anything had happened where he fought them and he managed to kill them both and flee, all the cops in that town would be after him right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't have said, well, stand your ground. You were just fucking jogging and these motherfuckers rode up on you with, you know, shotguns and shit and you kicked their ass. Mm-hmm. No, he would be hunted for murder right now.
Right.
So, you know, there's a problem there that I, you know, feel that needs to be addressed.
Yeah.
And I hope I didn't bring people down too much, but
no, you know, I'm glad that you brought it up because it's not something that should come and go, you know, and watching the video was hard. It was hard and it was shocking just to see two people just jump out of a truck, one with a shotgun. They shot that dude 3 times.
Yeah, exactly. How do you shoot somebody
with a rifle? And then, you know, like, in close range.
Yeah, exactly.
The fact that happens in this world is scary.
It was like, nah, dude, we shooting you until you die.
Yeah, you know, and although the conversation may be a little bleak, it's something that needs to be talked about because it can't just be swept under the rug.
And this was because why again the dude supposedly broke into some property that wasn't even their property.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So once again, and everybody knew that when they rode up on a scene. So how does any of those things apply to the scene that day? It's utter bullshit. And, you know, hopefully we can overcome Well, we won't. We won't overcome these things, but hopefully, as a society, we can get some more tools in our tool belt to fight these things.
Yeah.
So,
Let's grow a little.
and and hopefully, we won't have to keep suffering from lies being told to us and
Yeah.
things like that.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Because that's why they did. They told her to lie to basically shut her up, you know, so that she wouldn't go off and ask questions as to what happened. This shit was meant to be swept under
the rug. Yeah.
And no,
and people need to talk about it.
And that's just one thing about getting back to this asshole, this Whitlock dude. When it finally came out, obviously people were reacting to it, and LeBron James, he posted a tweet and he's basically saying, "Hey man, we're being, this isn't right, blah blah blah." But he says, we're being hunted. So then this douchebag wants to go on and talk about how that type of rhetoric isn't helping and it's more harmful and blah 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 blah. And my point with that is that was his reaction, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's how he felt. And in the macro sense, in the micro sense, maybe. In a micro sense, maybe we are. You know what I'm saying? Like is LeBron basically you have to become LeBron James to be above all that. Like you got two fat, dirty looking motherfuckers. They get to hop in there, whatever, and hunt down somebody. I don't know if they're wealthy or not. I don't know what they are. But only LeBron James or somebody on his level could have avoided what was happening to that dude that day. You feel me? Like even if I were there and they hopped in that car and they decided to come and chase me down, then I would have been dead meat.
Yeah.
And that's what people are trying to say. Like, bro, no, we are being hunted. Just because everybody's not being hunted doesn't mean we're not being hunted.
Right.
I play Red Dead online, and there are times when you run up on 7 deer. You're on your horse and you got your shotty. 7 of them. And on good days, 4 of them, and I hate that part because, I don't like being mean to animals, even digital ones. 4 of them might run in the same direction. And you be like, cool. So you just going to follow those 4. And you shooting at them. Poof, poof, poof. But even so the 3 that went in a different direction, they're gone.
Yeah.
So even out of those 4, 2 of them might split off. So you follow these 2. Poof, poof. You finally get them down and kill them, and then you might go off after the other 2, and you might finally be able to catch 1, or you shot him a little bit, so when he runs off, he finally just falls off and dies.
Right.
Well, so you got 3 of the 7. You feel me? But that doesn't mean that all 7 wasn't hunted.
Yeah.
Just because 3 of the 7 got caught doesn't mean all 7 isn't hunted. And that's all LeBron James is trying to say. And to say that there's no merit in that shows that you're part of the problem and not the solution. So, and I just want to just end that part with just this, and then, we can kind of like go into a little break. We can't. The dude, he had this great point, this great statement, and he basically said, we can't normalize the narrative where it seems we're supposed to be scared to exercise our Second Amendment right as everyone else does.
Right.
And that's basically what I was saying earlier, which is, I should be able to feel confident to throw my joint right there on the dash and be cool. But honestly, I don't even feel all that comfortable with concealed and carry. You feel me?
Yeah.
But then I go into certain areas and I don't feel comfortable in that area because I'm not strapped.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So damn, I gotta live a life constantly feeling like I'm hunted.
Yeah.
If I'm strapped, I'm hunted.
Yeah.
If I not strapped, I might be hunted. Motherfucker, I might be hunted.
Yeah.
So shut up, Jason Whitlock. Before we go into break, did you hear about the saloon owner that got arrested? Saloon, whatever.
We don't have those
Wild
anymore.
Wild West.
I know.
Yeah, she got locked up. Judge locked her ass up. They told her she couldn't open up, and then I guess they had a rally.
Yeah.
And she wanted to be Miss Blonde.
I think she wanted the publicity. That's what I think.
Yeah, exactly. That's what.
Because when she gets out, people are gonna want to go to the salon.
They was at the salon even when she got.
Yeah,
you're
the lady that got arrested. I wanted your picture.
Yeah, exactly. It was even when she had, but this defiance thing, and it's getting to a point where it's like, come on, man.
It's ignorance.
It's ignorance, and
it's inconsiderate. It's dangerous to others,
and it's leading to people getting shot for just doing their jobs. So, by all means, people just chill
the fuck out.
Chill the fuck out.
Chill the fuck out. Yeah, people are just way too much. Like, y'all doing way too much right now. I mean, this is some serious shit. People getting sick, and y'all want to act a fool.
Yeah.
Sit down.
I'm a babysit.
Shut up.
So, I see that we have a new sponsor situation going on. Well, a new
affiliate,
affiliate shit going on. Yeah, I don't want to speak out. I don't want to call my sponsor, and then they be like, "Nah, I ain't sponsoring you."
Yeah, no, they're our
I'm just
affiliate.
affiliate with you.
Yeah,
affiliated. But yeah, it's Adidas.
But I'm proud that they are affiliated.
Yeah, Adidas
with us.
Big deal, bro.
Adidas is a big deal.
You know what I'm saying? Especially
very excited about that
I've been wanting to get my tracksuit on.
Yeah. Well, all their shit is dope.
Yeah, and not only that, their deals are legit. Like 30% off.
Oh yeah.
10% off on this item, 30% on that order or that item.
I like that the prices are good as they are, and then you get a percentage off, and it's just that much better.
Have you ever had a pair of Adidas?
Yeah, I have a pair of Adidas right now.
Oh yeah.
I have a blue pair of Adidas, which are freaking awesome.
I used to have Adidas.
You got me those.
I used to have Adidas way back in the day, even back in the day, like I'm talking about Run DMC. Like,
I had shell toes.
Yeah, I had shell toes.
Yeah.
I always had shoestrings. I never went without the shoestrings.
Oh yeah, I had shoestrings
but I had
too.
the fat laces.
Yes, because you have to have the fat laces on shell toes.
Are they even around anymore?
Fat laces? Yeah.
Well, get you some Adidas and get you some fat laces.
I'm going to get you a new pair with some fat laces.
You can get the Adidas from TMC4JMC.com.
Yep, and get a good deal on them as well.
Hidden Closet. As far as the fat laces, I'm sure Google
they probably have them too.
Yeah. But yeah, check that out. And with that, we're going to take a briggity break.
Top City.
Alrighty. I think we are fading back in. Yep. I probably should have coughed before we faded back in. But
they come when they come.
Yeah. I was too busy trying to work the controls to
to worry about your cough.
Yeah. I wanted to be able to at least finish what I'm doing and then be able to cover my mouth. But if I would have coughed when I wanted to, I'd have been like,
That wouldn't have looked good.
Yeah, exactly. I care about some things.
Yeah.
So we're back from the break. The show's been pretty good. It's we got a long one for you today, folks.
Yeah.
We got some things on our mind we need to get off. So I hope you definitely been sticking with us. When it does go up on YouTube, it'll be clipped up. So
it won't be as long as we sat here for it.
Well, it'll be it'll never be here as long as we sat here for it. we go to breaks and do all kinds of things, but we put the shows up in its totality, but then we also kind of like break it up. A friend of mine advised me that that's what they be doing on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't know. So,
Really?
I didn't know that's what they do. So, yeah. And knowing is half the battle, I heard. So yeah. So this, speaking of friends, and just not friends, colleagues, anybody that I'm going to come across with in this business. I've kind of reached a place in my life where this is important to me. This business that we're running and making it real. Just making it real. Like, it ain't even about successful.
Yeah.
But real. And real don't necessarily mean just because we got a plaque on the window and
Right.
we got a bank account. No, I'll know when it's real when I know when it's real. And that might not make any sense, but hey, it just is how I feel about it. And maybe a lot of entrepreneurs might know what I'm talking about, but the race is on to make this real, and because of that, I don't see things the way I used to see things. I've changed, and there's just certain things that I don't have time for. I'm not interested in. There's certain mentalities that just are not gonna work with me right now. So anybody that I've had in my life, they are going to have to evolve if we're going to still be in the same relations that we were.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Same access, same thought process, same whatever. That doesn't necessarily mean we can't get along or we can't be friends. It just means that the dynamic has changed. And it's because I got this goal that is so important to me.
Right.
Now, that's for people who aren't on this journey with me.
Right.
For people who are on this journey with me, things going to even be a little different for them, because certain ways that you would expect me to be, maybe nonchalant, maybe whatever, I'm not going to be that way anymore.
You can't be.
Certain, procrastinations and certain whatever faults that I used to, enjoy, I might not do so. But, basically, Michael Jordan, he has this documentaries out called The Last Dance,
right,
on ESPN. And it's all the rage now. And you get to see exactly the inside of Michael Jordan and what it took for him mentally and emotionally to do the things that he did basketball-wise. And you hear a lot about, like, how he was. He's been accused of being a bully, and, like, he would get in fights with teammates, and he would, like, make fun of them and just do things like that.
Okay.
To to motivate them. And regardless of how people may feel about it, some people might be like, well, I'm a grown man, you don't have to motivate me, just da-da-da. And that's cool. That's cool. But I'm Michael Jordan. You're on my team. I need this out of you. And if I feel like this is what I got to do to get it out of you, and I did get it out of you, then it's all good. I don't know if Michael Jordan was looking to be friends with the players on the Bulls for life. I don't know. I don't know if they were ever like Bulls for life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or if it was like, let's get this championship. So hate me doing practice.
Right.
Hate me on the plane ride home, but you're gonna love me on the court because we gonna get this money. We're gonna get this ring.
Well, he's been successful, so it's been working.
Super successful. Obviously, it worked. Now, there does bring up the question, does the ends justify the means? And I don't know. Once again, like Jason Whitlock said, everything has risk.
Right.
But I feel like it's an attitude that I have to adopt right now.
Yeah.
And
well, I think you should. I mean, especially
let's play it first.
Okay.
Because and then we see if you feel that way afterwards.
Jordan had this great quote last night, Shannon, that just summed it up, and he got emotional when he was saying it, and he finally had to say break because he just couldn't talk anymore. But he said, my mentality was, I'm going to win at any cost, at any cost. And if you don't want to go with me on this, if you don't want to live with my regimented mentality, then I don't want you alongside me. And if you're going to stay beside me until you reach my level, I'm going to ridicule you. And if you can't reach my level, it's going to be hell for you. That's it. That's the essence. That's not LeBron James we're talking about. That's Michael Jeffrey Jordan, the GOAT. That's what made him the GOAT. It wasn't pretty. It was often ugly. Produce said in the documentary, he often crossed the line, and he did. You call it bullying. I call it genius leadership.
Genius leadership. He'd be like, but skip. Look at him. Look at him. Skip.
He gets so hype, man. He gets so hype.
Shannon's my dude, though.
Yeah, he's funny as hell.
I don't agree with him with this whole Michael Jordan thing. Jordan's the GOAT. Fuck that. LeBron ain't the GOAT. Sorry, homie. Sorry you butthurt about it, but, it is what it is. It is what it is. I could go into it, but, that's your show. So
yeah.
My show is something else. Mm-hmm. So, anyway, yeah, but what they were talking about, Dennis Rodman basically was saying, like, look, LeBron doesn't have what Jordan has. Now, granted, there are tons of ways to get it. People say Tom Brady is a likable guy. He leads more by the example of kindness and love and shit. Mm-hmm. Whereas Michael Jordan, Kobe, kind of more like, look, I'm willing to do whatever the fuck I need to do to get not only myself but my team ready to play this game, and then during the game to win this game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So there is no mailing it in. And that's how I feel here. It's like, yo, if we're going to do this, then we have to all respect what we're trying to do here. Mm-hmm. We're trying to do something great. We're not trying to fuck around. We're not trying to have anything handed to us, and it's sure as hell not going to be handed to us.
Yeah.
And if I'm going to be the spearhead of this, then I'm going to lead it in a way that I want to be led.
Right.
And the question is, do I want somebody to ride me? No, but you're not going to have to ride me, because I always like being the fucking all-star. Mm-hmm. I like earning my top spot. I like saying, ooh, teacher, I got the answer.
Right.
Raising my hand, being called on, and then giving the right answer, and everybody seeing that I gave the right fucking answer.
That was you.
That's what I like. So nobody's going to ever have to ride me. So nobody's going to have to Jordan me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But there might be co-workers, they might be friends, they might be family that want to do this with me, that I'm going to have to Jordan your ass.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And what he's saying is simple. He's saying, like, look, if I'm going to ride you, and he used the word ridicule, and maybe that's the perfect word, and I think it is, but even if I had to say, I am going to press on you until you get to my level, until I know that you're putting what I'm putting in this. Right. You're at least attempting to do that. Right. You feel me? What's going on?
Nothing.
Oh, because I'm looking here and I see something going on over there.
No.
Oh, all right. Something was going on. It had your attention. Why you didn't just tell me?
No, nothing was going on.
Okay. All right. We're gonna be watching this, and we're gonna see you like this. I'm like, what were you looking at?
Because I was like this.
Yeah. What are you looking at?
Nothing. I'm looking out at the floor.
Oh, okay. Then all right. Just fucking weird. It's gonna be weird when we look at it. So anyway, so the point being is, that we gotta. If I know when people aren't putting in what I put in, I just know, and I'm going to fucking be on you. I'm going to be on you, and that applies to everybody. And then if you can't get to my level, but you still choose to be around, like I want everybody to be like, man, fuck you, I'm out. I don't want this anymore.
Yeah.
Like,
You want them out of your way.
I'm not going anywhere.
Right.
I'm not going anywhere in this biz. I'm not going anywhere in my life until I'm not here anymore. So if you want to be in any of that, then you have to, invest as much in all that as I am.
Right.
So even just our friendship, you got to invest as much into making this friendship an awesome, rich friendship that we grow from.
Right.
Than as much as I do. If you just think just us hanging out and being around, then that's not going to cut it.
Well, yeah, you can't benefit from it and do a half-assed job and let somebody else do an extraordinary job. Well, fuck that. I'm not here to cover your part. And if you're in my way and stopping me from doing my business, then we're going to have to deal with that.
Well, it's easy to say that, but and I just don't, like I said, I don't have I'm not throwing subliminals or anything like that. It's just more like this is the thought process of the company moving forward. Mm-hmm. The company as a whole. So anybody that says, "Hey, I'm part of the family, the T4J family," then you're gonna have to adopt that. And if you don't adopt that, then you're going to feel really out of place working here. And that's just that. You're going to feel out of place. You're probably going to feel ganged up on.
Yeah.
You're probably going to feel beat down.
Yeah.
You probably going to feel unappreciated. You're going to be like, damn, I'm doing all this and all this and all this and all that. And I got all these problems and I'm still doing all this. Yeah, motherfucker, it still ain't enough. Mm-hmm. It still ain't enough. We need more.
Yep.
Because when, in this life, it's important. Whatever's important, you got to be willing to do whatever it is that you need to do to get it.
Right.
And if you need more, it's what you want, then are you willing to do that or are you willing to excuse it? So, so just FYI out there to all you listeners out there, if I feel like I'm getting some bullshit and I explode on you, take it personal. Because it is.
Take it personal because it's business.
Take it personal. So, so that's that. But with that,
Good point, though.
I have this clip of just what's going on right now. I mean, there's so much going on with Trump, with the virus, with him fighting with reporters. So I kind of just have like a little package that I want to play. It actually starts off with these two ladies, and they're from Fayetteville, actually. Their names are Diamond and Silk.
They're from Fayetteville?
Yeah. Yeah, they're from Fayetteville.
Some extra bitches.
While I didn't follow them, obviously I don't follow them, and I didn't follow them during the election or whatever to know that they're from Fayetteville. I did see them on TV, and Fox News did pick them up and gave them a show, I believe. And but point being, Fox News just canned them. Apparently, they've been putting out anti-corona information that just a little hurtful, a little harmful.
They come off a little.
And that's where I'm saying it goes into that whole empathy thing.
Yeah.
Jason Whitlock feels like he can circumvent that by saying, "Hey, look, I'm no expert, and let me stop before I get in any trouble."
Right.
No, you don't. That doesn't.
Yeah.
All you doing is being passive aggressive. You're being kind of poopy. You know what I'm saying? Like, be a man, say what you say,
right?
Speak for yourself, because that's what the show is called, and fucking say it.
Yeah.
Get in trouble. He's never been one to shy away from trouble, so why start now? Mm-hmm. So.
Wow.
So yeah.
So they got too much for Fox, huh?
Yeah, I believe.
I didn't even think that was a possibility.
I didn't think it was a possibility as well.
Because those are some extra bitches. I really thought they were right up Fox's alley.
It's a possibility when you were meant to be. Even a piñata serves its purpose. Like after the piñata served its purpose, who keeps it around? Sure, if it's a really, really, really cute one, like a minion, you might have it around for a little bit.
I was gonna say,
but for the most part, if it was just a regular donkey, would you keep it?
No.
You know what I mean?
No. Find those anywhere.
Yeah, exactly. So, or, you know, you might keep a balloon for a little bit because it was your birthday balloon or Valentine's Day when you was like 16.
Yeah.
But by the time the next Valentine's Day came around, that balloon was long gone.
Oh, the moment that thing starts floating down.
Yeah, it was off your wall and gone. So, you know, yeah, they served a purpose for Fox. They're not the blonde, blue-eyed, or the brunette, fair-skinned ones that get to say all the lies and still get away with it. No. They're these weird-looking chicks from Fayetteville.
Oh, man.
Driving out of this Ohio parking lot.
Before we would get to that.
Attended a church service with dozens of other people.
Before we get to that, remember a couple of weeks ago, I was talking about a video. And that was another thing. This whole package is basically a package about false information. Mm-hmm. It's about voila. I think that's going to be the title of the thing. Not voila like voila, but like voila. Voila, homie. Not, you know, not no worry. Voila. Mm-hmm. Because it's like this chick here. You know, I'm just going to let you feel it.
Including children.
Can I ask you about your decision to go to church, to be inside that building?
I wouldn't be anywhere else.
Aren't you concerned you could infect other people if you get sick inside?
No.
People who don't go to this
No.
church.
I'm covered in Jesus' blood. I'm covered in Jesus' blood.
Other people who don't go to this church who you might encounter.
All of these people go to this church.
No, but you're going to be in places where other people
I go to the grocery store.
What about these people that
So
you might
ignorant.
infect? All these people go to church. Exactly.
It's so ignorant.
All you assholes are covered in the blood of Jesus.
Oh, my gosh. That's an excuse.
Who the fuck told you? And she goes on.
Every day. I'm in Walmart, Home Depot, all of those
But you
people.
could get them sick from what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I
Yeah.
go to all these
All
places.
these people-
I spread it around.
Yeah, I'm just a fucking. Go ahead, chase my contact, and you'll see that I'm a fucking.
I'm
asshole.
everywhere. I just want to spread this virus.
You see that I'm full of shit. like
You
come on,
ignorant bitch.
bro. Exactly, and I'm covered in the
They
blood.
could get me sick, but they're not because I'm covered in his blood. Thank you very
But
much.
maybe they're not. How about that?
Now, so she's covered in the blood of Jesus.
You murdering bitch.
Whatever that means. I'm covered in the blood of Jesus. But somebody had to tell her that.
Got me in armies.
Yeah, I know, right? That one, that means something, and two, that it does something.
Yeah.
Covered in blood, Jesus. If a baby just woke up one day and the first words weren't mama and dada, it was covered in blood of Jesus.
Yeah.
You would think that fucking baby was possessed,
Yeah.
and you would probably drown that baby in a bathtub.
Uh-huh. Yep. And tell him he had the devil in him.
Exactly. But because this old bitch gets to, you know, talk shit amongst a bunch of other old motherfuckers that believe the same bullshit, they get to say, I'm covered in the blood of Jesus.
Mm-hmm. All kind of false backing.
Yeah. Now, who would be more likely to be covered in the blood of Jesus? A baby who just started talking at 1 and their first words was, I'm covered in the blood of Jesus, or that bitch who's grown and is out fucking spreading fucking viruses and shit. Who's more likely to be covered in the blood of Jesus? I'm gonna say the baby. I'm gonna say 10 times out of 10, if Jesus had to choose who he's gonna cover in his blood,
It's going to be the baby.
it's gonna be a baby. Mm-hmm. In fact, we are taught that babies are pretty much innocent until they reach a certain age.
Yeah, like 30-something.
Yeah. If they Generation Y.
Yeah, I know.
Like, aren't fucking like limbo? Isn't limbo like for babies that die and shit when they
Unbaptized.
Yeah, unbaptized. Yeah, some bullshit to make a loophole for babies.
Yeah.
Everybody makes loopholes for babies, but nobody would in real time if a baby got up and said, "I'm covered in the blood of Jesus." Mm-hmm. That baby getting fucked up. You feel me?
Quick.
But none of these people get to get fucked up.
Almighty God. The Almighty God. The El Shaddai God.
El Shaddai.
The God who is Almighty.
The God who is Almighty.
I think he kind of forgot what he was going to say there.
I think so too.
And he kind of went with a tried and true. The God who is...
He's had that pause right there. Damn, lost my train of thought. I was gonna say general stuff.
Alrighty. The God who is alrighty.
Isn't it almighty?
like these dudes, he got 3 dudes that gotta sit there. Oh, one is a sign guy. He got 3 dudes that gotta sit
but
there.
they all talk, I think.
And read at and respond after him.
Yeah.
Why is the dude holding the book?
They just repeat. Maybe in case he forgot what the other dude said.
He's more than enough.
He's more than enough.
He is the miracle working God.
I can't listen. This creeps me out.
Isn't that shit cultish
It
like a motherfucker?
It feels like it. It sounds like it. It's really creeping me out.
It's cultish like a motherfucker. But this the reason why I'm playing this is there's some information here. There's some false information. Once again, there's a reason why homegirl felt like she could say, I'm covered in the blood of Jesus. What are they saying in that church? What are they promising in that church? You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
You see articles all the time of pastors saying, yeah, we can pray away your COVID. You already hear the ad, did your lover leave you? Well, call me up and donate your money. I'll pray his ass right back in the house.
Yes. Oh my God. Awful
You know what I mean?
commercial.
You got any sores, aches, and pains? Well, call me up. I'll pray those shits away.
Yeah. Oh, that's an awful commercial.
You know, so what are these motherfuckers saying to people to get them to think that they covered in the blood of whatever and that would do whatever?
Yeah.
Like, the blood of Jesus couldn't even stop Jesus from being killed.
Mm-hmm.
Just think about that.
That's insane.
He didn't resurrect and say, yo, bro, I'm leaving you guys a pint of my blood. Here's my blood. Use it wisely. No. He got his ass whipped. He got his ass stabbed. He got his ass crucified, nailed to a fucking cross. And he fucking died. I'm assuming a lot of blood loss was in there as well.
Mm.
So there's something covered in the blood of Jesus.
Yeah.
Ain't you, bitch. But when he came back, I don't remember anywhere he's saying like, yo, bro, it's all in the blood.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? No, it was like, it's in me. And he say it was in the blood. He didn't say you needed my blood to do something or to feel something. No, believe in me. And while you at it, go take a bath because some of you motherfuckers stink. So there has to be something in there that's telling people something metaphorically or figuratively that, you know, you can overcome this by giving me your dough. I need you to show up. I can't get your money unless you show up.
Yeah, that's
And-
what it's all about.
And the only way I can get you to show up is by telling you you're covered in the blood of Jesus.
Yeah.
Today,
Oh my gosh.
Today.
we speak to this atmosphere
We speak to this atmosphere
from the state of Washington
from the state of Washington
to the state of Maine,
to the state of Maine,
What is it?
from Southern California
from Southern California
Is this necessary?
Brownsville, Texas,
to Brownsville, Texas,
and the tip of Florida.
and the tip of Florida.
Is that necessary?
And wherever else
Is
in
what
the
necessary.
world.
The ones that are repeating everything he says after. It's not necessary. It makes it worse.
I think that goes back to like old school ministering.
I'm
preaching.
sure it does,
like,
but
like I think I would probably say they're probably the deacons. And if anybody is more versed on this, by all means, please comment, correct me on it. But generally, that's what the deacon's job is. They're kind of like Flavor Flav to the preacher being Chuck D. You know what I mean?
never be part of anything like
like-
this.
Like if a preacher was going to be a rapper, his deacons would do all his highlights and ad libs.
Oh, okay.
It's lit. It's the shit. You know?
Yeah.
Jesus, bitch. You know what I'm saying? That would be the deacons.
Yeah.
So.
I could never get into anything like this.
No.
It scares me.
And wherever else in the world it's needed.
Win! Almighty!
Here we go.
Strong! South wind!
South wind.
Heat! Burn this thing!
Burn this thing.
Where are we going
In
with
the
this?
name of Jesus!
In the name of
Satan, you bow your knee!
Satan, you bow your knee.
What?
You fall on your face!
You fall on your face.
He started laughing. Even he's like, yo.
You know he's fucking.
Yeah, even he's like, yo, this is some bullshit, man. I don't know what I'm going to say. I should have really gotten the teleprompter like they told me.
You fall on your face.
You follow your
Are you
face,
kidding?
Satan. He was like, okay, you gotta smile.
Oh, he couldn't help that one.
He's like, you fall on your face, Satan. Wink. Nah, we good, Satan. We good. Don't sweat it.
He could not help that.
You won. Now tell him. Get serious.
He can't.
COVID-19!
COVID-19.
You don't know. What was that? They repeated that.
The wind
Wait,
of
go
God
back.
on you.
On you.
I blow!
No.
COVID-19.
Oh my gosh. What was that?
He's like COVID-19. COVID-19.
And then the other guys are like,
they probably, like, how am I supposed to make that sound? Because, you know, something tells me he just went off with that.
this is all off the dome because
All off the dome.
These pauses, to me, it just says that he doesn't know what he's going
That's
to
what
say
I'm saying.
next.
Like, come on, like, what are you spreading, bro? Like, I'm serious.
He's laughing at it all.
COVID-19!
COVID-19. Look at that.
The wind of God
The wind of God.
on you.
On you.
You are destroyed forever,
You are destroyed forever.
and you'll never be back.
And you'll never be back.
You'll never be
Thank
back.
you, our God.
Thank you, our God.
So just that one
Let it
person
Let it happen.
just got rid of
Cause it to
COVID.
happen.
Cause it to happen.
Now, one thing I want to get into, religious motherfuckers, some arrogant motherfuckers. And here's how I see it. All right, dude. He put on this big old spectacle. Mm-hmm. I blow on you. I blow on you the wind of God. But he just went through this whole thing. Put it this way. It's like, let's say COVID-19 was name of some dude on the block. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, niggas playing the video game, you know, and I want to play the video game. I ain't got time to put my quarter on there and wait for him to keep, you know, getting free men. I'm ready to fight him. Like, yo. So I walk up to him and I'm like, yo, COVID-19. And I just straight, like just mush him. You feel me? And then I say, turn to my man and say, whoop his ass. Yeah. And that's what they did. He goes, COVID-19, I blow on you. You're gone forever. You're never going to come back. Now make it happen, God.
Go do it.
And what if God was like, nah, I'm down with COVID.
Yeah,
Like,
now you got to come and walk this
yeah,
back.
exactly. Now you got to fight the nigga in the arcade by yourself.
Exactly. I mean, come on.
Like, God was like, no, dude, I sent COVID to take care of you. Like,
Exactly. You can't just say this to me.
you remember that wind you felt? That was me blowing
COVID on you.
What are you talking about? There's a reason why it kills people over 50, according to Jason Whitlock.
You know, the funny thing is that they're not all 6 feet apart from each other, so they're blowing at each other and shit.
Actually, they practicing some kind of distancing. I mean, they're not shoulder to shoulder like they would be sometimes.
No, but they can't extend their arm without not hitting the person next to them.
No.
Especially the 3 dudes that are repeating
but
everything.
Then again, if that's the case, neither can the people at the line. Like those lines that we see in the store. If you put your arm in front of you, sometimes like those lines look like they're like 4 or 5 feet, like 3 feet apart.
I think it depends on the store, because Dollar General, they got their shit exactly.
Yeah. It's not the fucking store that we pick the wraps up from. Shit.
Oh, no. But any kind of bodegas or anything, you can forget that shit.
But yeah, man, he's like, God, make it happen. It's like, no, bro. Like, either you speak for him or you don't.
Yeah.
You can't talk all this shit and then be like, I did this. All right, God, I need you to, don't make me look stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no, bro. Why don't you pray? Chill with all the theatrics and just say, hey, God, please get rid of this thing.
Yeah, what happened to regular praying?
Like, please. Like, what do you mean the wind of God? Like, what are you talking about? Like, why you just couldn't say, hey, God, can you do me a favor?
Mm-hmm.
And however don't you hate when somebody asks you for a favor, but they want to tell you all the ways that you got to do the favor?
Yes.
They basically handed you a SOP, standard operating procedures and shit.
Yeah, where it's no longer a favor, it's a demand.
Yeah, it's like, my favor. Boom.
Boom. Do it.
Yeah.
Get it done.
My favor, and they got a gun to your head. And it's like, come on, bro.
Get it done.
Like, get out of here. Fuck off. So there's something going on with, I think they're using religion as a way of keeping people ignorant, bro. Like, dude know what he's talking about. He knows. He's been in this game far too long to still believe in what he's talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Far too long. He's been in this game.
He's not new at this.
It's like any business that you've been in, any industry that you've been in, if you're in it long enough, you learn the intricacies, you learn the positive, but you also learn the dirtiness of it. You learn how to play the game dirty.
Yep.
You learn how to play the game right. You learn if you learn what the business is really about. Even being in the shipping business, you learn it's really about fucking chartering space.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. You just selling space. You're not really. You don't give a fuck about what's being shipped or whatever. It's just space.
Yeah.
That's what you're selling, space. So what is he selling? He's not selling God. You can't sell God. He's intangible.
Right.
So what are you selling? Are you selling fantasy?
False ones. Yeah, definitely. Well, it's redundant.
But either way, there's some spit on his podium, and hopefully the person that has to come clean it up is wearing a mask and gloves.
Gloves, yeah.
The question remains, why are so many Americans resistant to wearing a mask in public? I mean, maybe it's a comfort thing, maybe it's an aversion to taking orders, or maybe they just want to show off that pasty quarantine skin. Another reason might be that their leaders are leading by example, only the wrong example.
The CDC is advising the use of non-medical cloth face covering as an additional voluntary public health measure. So it's voluntary. You don't have to do it. I don't think I'm going to be doing it.
U.S. Vice President Mike Pence now says he should have worn a mask during his visit to the renowned Mayo Clinic last week.
Governor Eric Holcomb is apologizing this morning after a Facebook photo shows him taking a selfie with 2 people and not wearing a mask.
This Ohio State representative says he won't be wearing a mask because of religious reasons. Republican Representative Nino Vitale says our nation was founded on Judeo-Christian principles, and one of those principles is that we are all created in the image and likeness of God, and that image is seen the most by our face.
Oh. Wait, that's a thing?
So you even got people making up. You got the
I
president
never heard.
being,
That's the first time I ever heard that wearing a mask is against the religion. That's the first time.
You got the president being just straight ignorant for the sake of being ignorant, and then you have some congressman dude just making up shit.
Yeah.
Just making up shit.
Yeah.
And that's the point. That's what we're saying about the leaders are setting a bad example. Here you got this televangelist And like you said, they're not practicing social distancing. They spitting and shit all over everywhere. You got the president acting like he's a tough guy. You got the vice president acting like he's a tough guy. Everybody around him is wearing a mask, but not me. Ha ha ha. You douchebags get to do it, so I don't have to. You know what I mean? You got this dude making up some bullshit about the image of God. We're made in... It's like... I always hated that whole we're made in his image thing. I always thought that was just fucking, like, ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it makes sense to say it. Like, if I was writing the Bible, if I was writing it, I would, of course, say it. But I think it might be one of those things where even when it was said originally, it meant something different.
Yeah.
Kind of like we use.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
We only use 10% of our brain.
Yeah, I know.
You know? It's like I think like that's something like God is in all of us and we are, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, but either way, you know, most religions that are so me,
yeah,
their God usually looks like them.
Right. Yeah.
The ones that their God looks like something totally different, they're usually more pacifist. They're usually more something else. But the ones that will go to war over their God probably looks like them.
Yeah.
Because of what they look like.
I agree.
Or it looks like their daddy.
Yeah. Spin off.
Yeah, it either looks like me or my daddy. Because if you're a chick, God can't look like you. Fuck what you heard in the 90s. It's not true. God cannot look like a woman.
Okay. Well, there's something much more revealing about this episode than just the fact that the president is a compulsive liar. Trump didn't need to wear a mask because he and all the people around him have been tested for coronavirus, which is obviously quite the luxury, a luxury most Americans don't have. White House Press Secretary Kayleigh McEnany was asked why ordinary Americans don't deserve the same access to testing that government officials and corporate executives get, and she mocked the idea of widespread testing as absurd.
She said at Honeywell, the president was told by the folks at Honeywell, as was the team, that they didn't need to wear masks. The reason he was told that was because the people who would be interacting with him had all been tested and had been shown to be negative before that took place. I guess, so the president had those circumstances. Obviously, he's the president. But why shouldn't all Americans who go back to work be able to get a test before they do to feel comfortable in their own work environment to be interacting with other individuals?
Yeah, well, let's dismiss a myth about tests right now. If we tested every single American in this country at this moment, we'd have to retest them an hour later and then an hour later after that, because at any moment you could theoretically contract this virus. So the notion that everyone needs to be tested is just simply nonsensical.
Oh, good.
Only the important guys get to be tested every hour.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. If they weren't testing so many they weren't saying, hey, we doing all this testing. See, we're good. We're doing all this testing. Then her argument would maybe have some merit.
Right.
So I'll be honest, when she first started talking, I was like, okay, I'm trying to find some holes in it. But then, hold up. Y'all just said y'all doing mad testing for the president.
Yeah.
So what they're saying is they just tested those people for meeting the president. After the president left, they don't give a fuck about those people. They can catch whatever the fuck they want.
Exactly. Like, fuck you. You're on your own now. Everybody's important into this room for second testing, please.
Which is what takes me back to what I was saying about the NBA. It's like, so now they're going to get tested all the time and all this bullshit. The water boy, you're lucky. Not because you're rich, but because you're rich adjacent. You get to be a worker bee for the rich.
Yeah.
Just like,
lucky you.
Yeah, just like that dude at the Mayo Company. He got to sit there with his mask on, like, yeah, getting paid $12 an hour. You know? But you got to test.
You got to test. Yay, you.
And this whole we have to test everybody an hour later. Maybe. But you would know. It all depends on what you did.
Yeah.
For that hour after the
exactly.
test. If when you did the testing, if you said, everybody, why don't you just chill for an hour while we wait for the results to come back. And then we're just going to shoot everybody that's positive. And everybody did that, then you would be good.
Yeah.
But if you test it and then you just sent everybody on about their business in the hour in which you're waiting for the results, they're off doing everything else, then maybe not.
Mm-hmm.
But even then, she said if we tested everybody, like just put it this way, the only people that exist are the people that are in this room, you, me, and the 4 dogs that are in here. And we all got it tested. And after we got tested, we went off and we did whatever we wanted to do. Well, we've all been tested.
Mm-hmm.
So unless you're gonna get on a rocket ship and fly to another fucking planet,
right,
where there might be COVID, within an hour, I should know if you're good or not.
Exactly.
And if you aren't good, then I lock you away. If
Yeah.
you are good, what you been doing for that hour? Oh, I just been chilling. What everybody? Who you been chilling with? I chill with this guy. Oh, well, he was tested too. What is his results? Oh, he's good too. So you all good. So we shouldn't have to test everybody an hour after that. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So her argument doesn't make any fucking sense.
Mm-hmm. It's nonsensical.
Yeah, she's basically saying, well, you know, we don't do tests because after you do the test, then anything can happen.
Mm-hmm.
So Trump doesn't think we need that much testing, or at least he doesn't think you need that much testing. He and everyone around him, of course, have a completely different standard.
Everybody traveling has been tested. We have great testing. And literally, they've been tested over the last hour. And the test result comes back in 5 minutes. We have great testing, or they wouldn't be allowed to travel with me. So they're all tested. Everybody traveling on the plane.
Oh, I see. So Americans being forced back to work can't get tested in a photo op or a prop. Yeah, it's called news. Sir, why are you talking, showing it off to reporters, whether it's a letter from practicing social distancing? Although it's also possible that's one.
I was tripping when I was doing this shit. This clip probably supposed to be like 10 minutes, probably supposed to be like 4 minutes long.
Oh my gosh. I can't stand his face, man.
I can't stand him either, man. But
such a fucking cool. Oh.
Either way, man, it's like, but that's what we were saying. It's like this testing stuff, you know, if we're now showing what is important to us in life. Like, yeah, your job should be giving everybody fucking tests. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You want me here to fuck? There's only but so many people there that work there.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, your boss is he's been tested.
He's been tested.
So why you didn't? Why the only way I'm going to get one is through either I pay for it, but so I got to pay for my test to prove that I'm okay, or I got to come to work and take the risk. Either way, the onus is on me.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, you know, so unless you work for a company that is in entertainment,
yeah,
you're not going to get a test. Like,
exactly.
If you're a supermarket worker, you know, Pathmark, you know, rest their soul, you know, they wouldn't have given anybody tests.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? So, and you out there every day.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? So it's like that stuff pisses me off. That's one of the reasons why I'm not so pressed to be like, ooh, please can I come back and sit in your clinic and get infected and contaminated.
Yeah.
And shit, you know?
Risk all that possibility.
Yeah, I mean, every person has to make that decision based on your gig and what you got going on in life. But yeah, maybe Jason Whitlock is right. Everybody do your own research and get your own data.
Yeah, y'all have enough time during the quarantine to do that.
Yeah, get your own data. I'm gonna use the word data. Get your own data.
Yeah, just get it.
Because data sounds so smart. If you got your own data, then it should provide you with some clarity.
Mm-hmm.
Get your own data.
Get your own data. No, you get my data. Damn it, you brought it up.
Motherfucker, get your data.
Had a mask on for a period of time.
Said many times that the U.S. is doing far better than any other country when it comes to testing.
Yes.
Why does that matter? Why is this a global competition to you if everyday Americans are still losing their lives and we're still seeing more cases every day?
Well, they're losing their lives everywhere in the world. And maybe that's a question you should ask China.
China.
Don't ask me, ask China that question, okay? When you ask them that question, you may get a very unusual answer. Yes, behind you, please.
What, sir, why are you saying that to
Did
me?
she say something to her?
Yeah, she said you want to ask a follow up.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah.
Good for you. Good for you.
Because I think homegirl, because I think she saw that homegirl was kind of like
bothered.
Like,
yeah,
and she just kind of like said, "You want to ask a follow up?"
She looked a little perplexed, like she couldn't believe somebody just said that to her.
Yeah,
especially the president.
Maybe you should ask China.
China.
But
he said maybe you should ask China.
Yeah, exactly. You should ask China. How? Why would she ask China?
I mean, somebody could say they were possibly reading too much. A Trump supporter would say we're reading too much into it. No, I don't think so.
But the thing is sometimes when you are what you are, then you are what you are, and you would do what you do. You feel what I'm saying? Like, am I reading too much into it when I watch The Last Dance and Michael Jordan shoots the ball and the ball goes into the hoop? I'm not reading too much into it. He's a basketball player.
Mm-hmm.
He's supposed to shoot the ball and the ball is supposed to go into the hoop if he's going to be any good at it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
okay.
Like, so if you a douchebag, then
you just do what you do douchebag things.
Yeah, you're just gonna do douchebag things.
Okay.
If you're a racist, you're just gonna do racist things. If you're a womanizer, you're just gonna do womanizing things. There's no reading too much into it. That's just what you do. That's the foot you start off on. People
right.
say, let's get off on the right foot. Well, your foot is the douchebag foot.
Yeah.
You
have no right foot.
Yeah, if you're like left, douchebag left.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
That's you, You don't have a right foot. So
I love how that reporter let her follow up.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Sticking together, man. Sticking together. That's the only way we're gonna get past this shit.
Yep.
We're all in this shit together, bro.
Specifically,
I'm telling you, I'm not saying it specifically to anybody. I'm saying it to anybody that would ask a nasty question like that.
That's not a nasty
Please
question.
go ahead.
A nasty question.
Okay. Anybody else? Please go ahead in the back, please.
I have two questions.
No, it's okay.
But
We'll
you
go over
pointed
here.
to me. I have two questions, Mr.
Next,
President.
please.
He got pissed.
You called on me.
I did, and you didn't respond, and now I'm calling on
Sorry, I just
the
wanted
young
to,
lady in the back, please.
I just wanted to let my colleague
Okay.
finish. But can I ask you a
Ladies and
question?
gentlemen, thank you very much. Appreciate
But you
it.
called
Thank you very much.
He is so rude.
So
he's one of I've never.
So yeah.
I'm embarrassed that he's our president.
So when he can't take the heat, he eats all the food and burns down the kitchen.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm embarrassed that he's our president and he acts this way.
I mean, yeah, and what she's trying to say is like, look,
that was rude. It was dismissive. It was so wrong.
Why you capping? Why lie? Why you capping, bro? Like, and that goes back to everything. Taking it back, and that's the whole theme of this episode. Why lie?
Mm-hmm.
Say what you are, be what you are. If it ain't you, then it ain't you.
Yeah.
If you're gonna work with me, say what you are, be what you are. If you're gonna run this country, say what you are, be what you are.
Mm-hmm.
Don't. Why you capping? We aren't in a competition with China or anybody else. You know what? A lot of places have great responses to this. A lot of places are doing better than us.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things where it ain't even about what they're doing. He don't give a fuck what other places are doing. Just like the lady in that car didn't give a fuck if you were covered in the blood of Jesus or what you were covered in.
Right.
She was just worried about the fact that she's covered in the blood of Jesus. That's why she says, I'm in there and they could all get me sick, but they're not going to get me sick because I'm covered in the blood of Jesus.
It was always about me.
He told me
Yep.
that I'm covered in the blood of Jesus. He might have told all of us at the same time, but he was talking to me. I'm not sure if they are truly, but I know I'm covered in the blood of Jesus. And that's what he's trying to say. Trump is trying to say, I want you guys to know that we are doing better than every other country out there.
Yep.
Fuck what you heard. Fuck the data that you go get. We're doing better than every other country, so there's no need to fear. There's no need to fear. You're covered in the blood of Jesus, and we're doing better than everybody else. And I'm no expert, but I've been doing some reading. So there you have it, and that's how the tactic is used. Why lie? That's why they lie, because people want to hear what they want to hear.
That's right.
Same way where when dude wants to do some reading, he's going to search for what he wants to find.
Absolutely.
Nobody searches for what they don't want to find.
Yep. No, of course not.
I don't even know how you even do that in Google.
Yeah.
Show me some shit I don't want to see.
Yeah.
Even then, you telling Google to show you some shit that you want to see. You feel me?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, the only way you can do that is if you just open up your Chromebook and Google just do some. The only time Google show you some shit that you didn't want to see is when you hacked.
Yeah, I know.
Any other time, it's showing you exactly what you
want to see. Yeah.
What you want to see. Fucker.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, man, that shit was funny.
To make
bro.
himself feel better, this afternoon, Trump had a press briefing in the Rose Garden, and he got it going with one of his classic lies.
As far as Americans getting a test, they should all be able to get a test right now. They should be able to get a test. If somebody wants to be tested right now, they'll be able to be tested.
Okay, that's not true. A lot of people want a test, but they can't get one.
Yeah.
They don't play in the NBA or aren't a tiger in the Bronx Zoo. So if you want a test, you got to work on your three-pointer or eat a raw gazelle.
Which is what I was saying. Like,
yeah, it's exactly what you said.
And that's what I'm saying is like, you know, the reason why I'm like, fuck the NBA, because, hey, can we get some of those tests just putting them in it? Like, how many people are required to run the NBA? You know, like, how many people are required to run the UFC? And then they get these tests and they get together and they're like, well, we've all been tested, so there's no need for us to practice social distancing. Like, you know, like, and that's just it. That's another thing about the test is like, test, all is well. And it's like, can you believe in science just for a second, bro? Just for a second.
It tells you don't have it. It doesn't make it so you don't get it.
Yeah, just believe in science just for a second, man. Just it doesn't take much. Just for a second. The same way you believe you covered in the blood of Jesus. Just believe in a little bit of science, bro.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just believe in science just a little bit.
One reporter asked why the people around Trump can all get tests when many Americans can't.
There does seem to be a double standard here, Mr. President, where members of your own staff can get tests frequently when they need it, but ordinary Americans cannot. So when will the rest of America have the same access that members of your own White House have to testing?
Never.
And you know what? If we didn't get the tests, if we did no tests in the White House, you'd be up complaining, why aren't you getting tests for the White House? See, we can't win because if we didn't get the test, you'd be up. I understand you very well, better than you understand yourself.
Trump spent the weekend.
Okay. No.
I understand you very well, better than you understand yourself.
No, that is not right at all. We would not be like, oh, why does the White House have to? No. We would be like, thank you. Thank you for providing us some tests.
Yeah.
You care about us.
Yeah, you know. I mean, yeah. I'm gonna let you handle that one.
Tweeting about how Barack Obama committed the biggest political crime in history. So one reporter asked the obvious question.
What crime exactly are you accusing President Obama of committing, and do you believe the Justice Department should prosecute?
No, the people at home aren't going to see that.
This is like, let's play F, Marry, Kill.
Exactly. But the thing is, you heard the question. He's reading from his phone the whole time he's saying that.
Yeah.
He's like, what the thing?
I saw that.
It's like, dude, it was like 14. You knew you was going to ask the president a question.
You couldn't remember that question? Like, really? Are you new to this game? You're fired.
I think the mask made him nervous.
Obamagate. It's been going on for a long time. It's been going on from before I even got elected.
Since before I was born.
Obamagate.
So what crime did Obama commit? Obamagate.
And it's a disgrace that it happened.
What exactly is Obamagate? You know, he left the gate open.
Yeah.
Some terrible things happened, and it should never be allowed to happen in our country again.
All gates should be closed, as far as I'm concerned.
What's the crime exactly that you're accusing him of?
You know what the crime is. The crime is very obvious to everybody. All you have to do is read the newspapers, except yours.
Oh!
Burn. And that's just tied it back to whole voila. I fucking hate when somebody tells me something and they're saying it as fact, as absolute.
There's no basis.
They're saying it as absolute. And the period is just look it up. You left me with more questions than answer. So you told me nothing. If anything, you took something from me. Here's a good point. You know how you see headlines and it's a question? If it is, then the answer is probably no. For example, you see a question. Is Trump going to save the world? Or is orange really the new black? Or is the keto diet the best thing? You know what I'm saying? If there's a question mark there, the answer is no. Regardless of what that article says, the answer is no. It's some clickbait bullshit.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, it would just tell you.
Right.
It wouldn't ask you a question. It wouldn't ask you to give yourself information.
Right.
It would give you information.
Yeah.
That's what we do in life. We show.
It would impose a question.
We show and we tell. We don't, psychologists do that reverse psychology shit. And it's only so that they can still give you information. They just need you to sift through all your bullshit.
Yeah.
So that when they give you the information, you've already knocked some of the shit out of the way. So, now that you cleared the path, here's what I've been wanting to say to you.
Yeah.
They don't say, well, I understand your mom and, she never loved you when you were young and, and your dad, he was a womanizer. And that might have something to do with why you don't respect women, but I don't know. Look it up.
Right.
So I hate when motherfuckers tell me to look something up because ultimately that means they don't know what
they're
the fuck
talking
they're
about.
talking about. And they don't even have faith in it. And it's an automatic loser for me. The moment you give me a clip, the link, or you tell me to look something up, or it's out there if you want to find it, you've already lost.
You've already lost.
You've already lost.
Absolutely.
So with that side has already lost. There's nothing else that they can say to me.
Not at all.
And see you folks in November. But for us, it was a great show. We're not going to see you in November. We're actually going to see you at the next show.
Yep.
Next week. It was a long one, but it was a good one.
Well, episode 107 is now in the can.
In the can. And with that, we are going to be out, peoples.
Love you, baby.
Love you. Thanks for watching. And to see more T4J content, please visit TMC4JMC.com. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff because we appreciate your support. All right? Peace. Cool.